Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay Banks. Tuesday. What's cracking, AI? How you feeling?
Hey, I'm feeling great, man. It's a big episode with a dude. What a legendary guest, like you said on the perfectly worded. I will just say that.
Oh yeah,
man.
for sure.
But yeah, man, really excited about what we got cooking here at Native on the Levee, and tonight's gonna be just one step in the process, man.
Yeah, bro. Yep. Dude, Tuesdays used to be my favorite day of the week. Wednesdays are going to be fire here, bro.
Yeah.
So Fox 19 News, they're going to be down here, literally right here outside our windows, filming every Wednesday. They're going to be interviewing a Bengals player live here, so you can actually come down to the levee, be a part of it. They actually went and bought all these LEDs to light up just the crowd itself, which is really cool, man. Yeah. So they're getting everything ready. Fox was in here again today, staging everything, making sure everything looked good. But tomorrow is going to be a start of 10 weeks of awesomeness down here.
Yeah.
So,
so cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right, bro. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. If you guys don't know who the legendary artist that we have today, he's from Cincinnati. My man has been a part of the music industry here for a long time, a pioneer in the hip hop world. So Monty C, what's cracking, buddy?
What's happening?
Hey, how you feeling, bro?
I'm good, man. Learning in real time, you feel me? Mm-hmm. Living and learning and loving and all that good stuff.
YouTube University, bro.
You feel me? That's literally it.
Yeah, I still want to make a YouTube University shirt, man, because so many people use that phrase just because it's the truth, man. Like whenever you need to learn something, you can go to the doctor, you can call you can call your mechanic, or you can just go on YouTube and find it, bro.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Just figure it out.
Right.
I ain't gonna front.
A few YouTube videos down and you got the answer.
I'd have made some miracles watching a 10-minute YouTube video.
Right.
It sounded like an expert. You hear me?
Nah, right.
Crazy.
I mean, me too, man. I've been working on the DTG printer, and there's only one company that comes out and works on the machine, and they charge thousands of dollars. You void the warranty if you work on it yourself, of course. That's just how the cookie crumbles when it comes to Epson. But YouTube University, man, you go in there and you go down the rabbit hole, you'll be able to find the exact video you need of the problem that you have. You're like, oh, here it is. Here's the problem. My car's making that exact sound, that exact noise, bro. Like, all right, so let's listen, let's figure out how to fix it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
One time for Clay, one time for money. What's happening, y'all on the live?
Hey,
he's on the live.
What's happening with y'all on the live?
He's out there.
Make some noise.
We got Instagram Live. Jay's got
the
the meta glasses on.
Bro,
so
it's live streaming from the glasses. I need y'all to understand this ain't normal.
Yeah,
nothing about it is normal.
Nothing about it is normal.
We're learning, bro. We're learning.
We're learning.
In real time.
Right.
In real time.
So, how y'all feeling, man? Shoot, I know I'm the guest, but what's up with y'all?
Feeling good, man. We just got off of we still call them the WBN fireworks, bro. What do you call it? The Western
I call
Southern?
it the PTSD fireworks. That's what I call it.
PTSD fireworks?
That's too much, bro. I ain't going to listen, man. I worked at the Reds for 5 years. I don't like fireworks.
Yeah.
Every Friday, if we win or lose, I'm hearing fireworks. I'm seeing fireworks. I can't leave until the fireworks is done.
Right.
So the sign of fireworks is like, I get shell shocked when I hear fireworks.
That's funny, man. Yeah, we were, we were down here at the levee, and we had like the perfect view, bro, because this is the first year that they've done the drones last year, and it was cool, but this one was like, they really figured out how to use those drones, man. Like shout out to Aaron Fox. Aaron Fox is a tattoo artist who's got a tattoo shop over in Dayton by our house called Body Ink. I think it is Body Art, Body Ink, something like that. Yeah. But she does amazing tattoos, and she was the one that designed the WBN shirt. So that was really cool, being able to see like the
joint with the frog on it?
The frog, yeah. So like it was basically like the Nirvana frog that she drew out.
Oh, that's hard.
And
I thought they swapped the WB frog. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, but they took the drones and they had that exact image like up in the sky, bro. And of course, like they had a countdown, which was crazy.
Yeah.
Said Who Day once.
Who Day, like 8 days to kick off or something.
Open in orange.
Yeah. Oh, and they had the players, bro. They even had like it was kind of like a generic football player, but that like everything about it was awesome, dude. Like and
they really put on a show.
The thing about the drones too is like it's time consuming, right? So like if you can do that 10 minutes before the fireworks even start, like you're probably like honestly saving $10,000 to $15,000, like if you're Rozzy, just by understanding, like, you know, get these drones in the sky and you got 15 minutes of not just blasting firework out. Because how much those fireworks cost, bro? Like, let's be honest, man.
I mean,
Man,
crazy amount. I mean, you know,
to fund somebody housing for a year.
Man, seriously. And Reds do it every Friday, bro.
I mean, you know, Disney
How about
is
it?
the second leading purchaser of explosives with fireworks, because they do fireworks every night at Disney
That's
World.
crazy.
So they terrorists.
Behind the
is what you're
government.
saying.
Behind the government, they're the second leading purchaser.
I can 100% see that, because
explosives,
every
yeah.
night is a 4th of July party at King's at
Disney. On a Tuesday, it's like it's a weekend of
parade, the whole nine,
every
dude. That's so
single- yeah,
cool.
They do it all. So like the amount of how much it costs in fireworks is just it's insane, and it happens so fast. And before you know it, people got their photos, and then it's over, and they just dropped how much in
I
dough?
could
Like,
not work there except no.
every day,
No,
every day,
it's
every
over.
night's a fireworks show at every park.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
It's crazy.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
It's insane.
It's like not only a fireworks show, they do like a parade where they have
every character.
like Snow White in the carriage. The carriage is all lit up. Like they go
Yeah.
above and beyond, bro. For
Every
sure.
single time. One of the parades is in the water, so they all like go around this one looks like a gigantic rock formation. They do they go to such a high degree that there's not a second thing you can compare it to. And this year, I actually went. I took Charlie to Disney World, and dude, I took Charlie to Disney World, and it was the 100-year anniversary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so everything this time, all their parades and everything was in silver and like glittery.
Nostalgic,
and
yeah.
yeah, it was pretty cool.
Just like the Funkos that they dropped.
Yeah, just like the Funkos.
That's
exactly.
crazy.
Just like the Funkos. So Disney does it right. They know how to do. They know how to get you with the heartstrings and gets the nostalgia, and give you something new, all in the same.
And
fell
mark it
swoop.
up 300%. That too.
And market up 300%.
Right,
yeah, for
right.
sure.
For sure.
Listen,
you buy
bro.
something off Disney, you're paying
Bro, I watched
$8.
a TikTok.
Disney, it's $40.
I watched a TikTok of a guy that took 2 of his kids to Disney World. The sandwich was $30.
That's crazy.
Then I think he got like popcorn. It was a crazy. By the time he was done, I'm like, bro, you could have paid your rent. And you got
No, seriously,
popcorn,
yeah.
some silly string, a pointer finger. I said that's crazy. Man.
I mean, you got to talk about the admission, the living expenses while you're there, like where you're staying, and the transportation is involved because you are a part of there's the tram system, and but I mean every day
ain't
it's
worth it.
hundreds of dollars, and it's just it's 20,000 steps, fireworks at the end. It's every day is a mission, But
so.
but for the little ones, you do it for the kids. You know what I mean? You do it for the kids so that they can
I hear you.
experience. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it, really. And,
For all that, I'll take you downtown to show you where some real rats at. You hear me?
yeah.
Let me take you on Land Street. Let me show you. That's Mickey right there.
Let me show you, Mickey.
Minnie doing a Millie Rock right there.
You know what's crazy? So the Mickey Mouse, the Steamboat Willie, is like this 100 years old now. So the trademark is up on Steamboat Willie. So anybody can use that trademark now. Anyone can use that old Mickey. Donald Duck is up in 3 years. Donald Duck is 97, bro.
What?
Yeah. So like I'm talking in the next 5 to 10 years, like Disney's gonna have a tough time controlling everything because their company's now
You kind of lose
100 years old,
Yeah.
and all these characters that they brought in
Public.
are going to be public domain. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is crazy. You know what else is wild? The Cincinnati Public Library, bro. We can talk about that in a second.
indeed.
Let's get it. Yeah.
When I was there, I go to Makerspace there. I've seen Monty C there. There's a ton of musicians that show up there at Makerspace because that's that's the spot for creatives, bro. Like if you want something done, go to the Makerspace and get it done yourself. You can hop online, you can use, Sticker Mule, or you can use these other things, or you can use, a a music producer, but they've got all of it down there, bro.
It don't hit the same if you ain't making it yourself, man.
Bro,
I started a company in Makerspace. They don't even know. I was running between here, Chicago, and St. Louis. I was pressing up everybody's buttons, stickers. I was coming up with their digital campaigns. We was graphic designing in there. Anything that they vinyls, anything that they needed, they would consult with me, tell me they budget, and I would go in there, whip it up, and ship it to them. And I was running that every week, until it ran dry and we ran out of clients. But literally, like, that's the birthplace of entrepreneurship, man.
It really is, man. And so being a part of that, dude, and getting to go down there, like, they've got so many different things you can use too. They've got a machine that can literally make books, right? So we've got an idea of creating like a mad scientist coloring book where like our logos are on the pages, and then you can color the logos, do them the way that you want, not the way that I want, right?
My auntie love coloring, so please give me one of them books.
Right, dude. I mean, everything down there is incredible, man. You can do the pins, you can do banners. Like, banners was my honey hole, because it's like, it's $120 for a banner. If you go somewhere, you go down there, it's $2 a foot. So it's like a 5-foot banner is $10, bro.
Our first big show, we printed out our own banner. Like, we were supposed to go to Smart Signs or something, Fast Signs, whatever the signs.
Yeah, Fast Signs.
Fast Signs. We was supposed to go to Fast Signs. We made our own banner, put our own information on there. And then the thing is, we just sit there and figure it out on the vectors. Like, you learn all of this stuff down there.
Oh, yeah.
One time for the makers. One time for just the Cincinnati Public Library, man. And to have an album that we made in a basement be inducted and on the wall, and on the stairs, and a long list of other like impactful acts, bro.
That is such a humbling moment. Like, did you even know that was coming?
No, I didn't.
So tell everybody exactly what you're talking about, because I didn't know it. It looked like Siri didn't know when it
nobody
dropped.
knew. It was a weird, mysterious. So I was asleep and I woke up and I'm getting all of these like congratulations and you did it, and all. I'm like, I don't know what y'all.
What's
talking
happening?
about.
Yeah,
like
you're going straight to the Instagram thing, thinking that
I
something
ain't hit no
went
jackpot,
viral.
nothing, good brother. Like, but once I saw what I was tagged in, I said, that's my name, and that said Carpe Diem 2014. Then I saw the timeline from literally like the beginning of Cincinnati music, and just to see so many amazing acts, so many acts that I know, acts that I didn't know,
right?
Acts that came 3 generations before me,
right?
And I'm like, I'm a part of this. I'm a part of this city's
forever, bro.
History,
yeah.
Like that, bro. I don't do it for that. I don't do it for no hardware. I don't do it for. But it is so validating to be like, yo, my kid's kid, like my dad was a part of this. Like, my grandpa was a part of this,
right?
And it's dope, bro. It's dope. And like next, I
got goosebumps, bro.
Yeah,
Check
bro. Listen, I already know. Listen,
Yeah.
that is so weird that you could do that.
Hey,
But
you did that, not me, bro.
real.
It's not like
Listen,
I'm
bro,
like fucking telling myself like
I could, and then I still have yet to see it in person, bro. Because I ain't in disbelief, but it's like, bro, I really. Like,
yeah.
But we gonna press up our T-shirts, and actually, bro, I would love to let's repurpose the 10-year anniversary of the T-shirts, bro, and like. I want to go down there, and because eventually we're gonna have to perform down there, because they do the people that are inducted there perform once a month, and like I want brand new Carpe Diem T-shirts, like the people who have grown with the project, and like 10 years later, how do you feel about it?
Right.
I know people who literally went on their first trip, and the first thing they want to play is Tropics. And
Yeah.
that's wild to me, because I'm like, my record.
Yeah.
Y'all want to like, nah, man, and then sent it to me. And like somebody just was on a trip to Myrtle Beach and sent me in their room. Soon as they took their bags off, they cut their TV on, realized that they had YouTube, cut on greenery, and was like, bro, look, bro, we here. And it's like, that's what I do it for. Like,
it's a humbling moment, man.
Yeah, man.
I just had an idea that just popped in my head, man. What if we made a shirt that had, because what Monty's talking about, there's a stairwell at the Cincinnati Public Library, which By the way, bro, the public library, the Cincinnati Public Library, is legendary in its own. Like, have you ever seen photos of what it looked like back in like the 1900s, 1920s?
I would love to see it. Bro.
It looks like something right out of a Harry Potter novel, bro. It's just books on books, and then ladders and catwalks, like. And it's just catwalks through the whole thing, but it's like they end up tearing down the library. I think it's over there where just west of Fountain Square, like where the hotel is right there.
Yeah.
But anyways, man, I've got this idea. It just popped in my head of like the colors that the stairwell has. They're like pieces of glass that are only probably like 4 inches wide and maybe like 9 feet tall. Like they look pretty tall, pretty long. So I can't do this eyeglass thing, bro. He's been talking to me the whole time like, you've got a new viewer. Your viewer just left.
Sweet.
Somebody's watching. Hey, appreciate you for watching. Come in.
Whoever watching, I appreciate y'all,
but,
man.
But what if we did a shirt that had like the glasses, and then it had like your name, series name,
that's fire.
Like
the social stairs shirt, man.
Yeah, bro, and like maybe 12 on the front, 12 on the back or something. They just did it where like you can tell that it was stairs, and then do the Cincinnati Public Library logo. And don't make them to sell. Just give them to you and Siri.
People, I'm with that,
and the people that, because that's such a humbling moment, man. Like,
bro, I promise you, bro. Like it's so weird because I just can't bring myself to go down there and see it.
Right.
But it's like I gotta see this. Like we worked so hard putting a project together and
10 years ago, bro.
10 years ago, bro.
Like you didn't know like anybody was still paying attention to it.
No, bro. And at that time we were still figuring out the blogs. The blogs still felt like a gatekeeping experience. Nobody wasn't really receptive. We weren't using ads because ads wasn't really the thing.
For sure.
So we had just started ads, and we did an ad that said, is Monty C. Benjamin the best rapper in Cincinnati? And it hit.
That's crazy.
It hit. It sparked a conversation. Bro, I think we started that at the top of the day, like 9, 10 a.m. By rush hour, they went on the radio. Like, y'all seen this ad, man, talking about this Monty C. Benjamin?
Damn.
Because it was such a... Because the
it was
magic
a hot topic, yeah.
Yes, it was the magic of it was like the people that know are like, yes, he's the best rapper in Cincinnati. The people are like, bro, I don't know, dude, man, Ray way better than him. Oh, like he trash.
Right.
Then it was
and then you got the artists going, who the fuck is this dude?
Exactly. So it's like the in between that are trying to end the fires. Before you know it, we got 40,000 views on a project that they didn't even know about to begin with. And then Audio Mac, and it just built, bro. It just like it literally steamrolled and built and snowballed, and before you know it, you feel me? Like we got our little mini virality, but man, listen, we worked hard trying to create a top to bottom project that you could just cut on and leave alone.
So why do you think they chose that album 10 years later, right? Do you think that's the best thing that you've put out, or do you think like at
online,
the time that was just
the online? Yes, I think that is my best effort that I've given online as far as like a body of work. Now, granted, I have other projects that are probably my favorite for other reasons, but I feel like Carpe Diem, because this is the thing about like artistry, especially for me. Like I can speak for me. When I was starting, I just want people to know I could rap. I'm like, hey y'all, I can rap really good. But it's like, okay, so everybody can rap. And then it's like, hey y'all, I rap based off my influences. So I want to sound like Lil Wayne a lot. I want to sound like Childish Gambino a lot. I want to sound like Drake or whoever I was listening to at that time. And then once you go through that identity crisis and you actually find yourself, you get to, hey y'all, this is me.
mm-hmm.
Good, bad, ugly, indifferent, whatever. Yeah. And that's what Carpe Diem is. It was the first time I heard me, because Yo MCB Raps, which was a year before that, was my perspective on the golden age era, but it's still an era that already existed, and it's not like a breath of fresh air. It's just really good rapping over nostalgic beats that I heard from when I watched Juice, and this certain scene, I'm like, oh, I need that, or Above the Rim, and I'm like, yo, can we find it? What's the original sample for this? Or just stuff like that. But Carpe Diem is like, I went to DR, experienced something, came back, kind of was depressed that I couldn't experience it twice.
Yeah.
And then my mission statement changed from like, hey y'all, I rap, to I experienced paradise, and now I want to make paradise my everyday life. And I want my music to be the spokesperson for paradise. And paradise is such a broad thing because, like I said, what's paradise for me ain't paradise for you. What's paradise for you might be making sure your kids are straight and making sure that, you know, you got enough just to, you ain't got to worry about, you feel me, paying for stuff.
Yeah.
For me, it's owning a home on a beach and being able to be like, look out my window and be like, I could see the ocean as far as my eyes could go, and my kids are straight, and my wife is straight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just, what's your paradise?
What's your paradise? Yeah,
and that's my mission statement.
your
All my
paradise?
music,
Yeah.
it's different elements and layers, but that's what it is. It's just like, we about to find paradise, y'all.
Yeah. That's
what
what
I'm
I
saying?
use the word paradise. I want to have a music venue one day, and paradise is part of the name of the whole entire thing. So I definitely, and I came from my like senior exit project from high school. Like I've been going, like I'm here for the paradise idea, and like, but I also like
I
that.
just created a whole clothing line in my head called a Paradise.
Paradise. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Paradise.
With the dice on the T-shirt, like, ugh. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
And
Nah,
something
for
you
real.
said really like struck with me is that you wanted your paradise to be that way forever. That's what the goal. And I think that mentality is something that others can easily like attach to, and because everyone wants the same, what's their paradise, whatever that is, they want it every single day.
Yeah.
And to get behind something like that is a reason that, you know, Carpe Diem, like 10 years later, you're literally looking at, like we said, legendary at like a level where people are recognizing hard work in the past, and that is that's really what sticks out to me, is because people are looking in the past and putting it in the present. You're like, you deserve this recognition, congratulations, and we're gonna not only start anew, because now it's opened up, because there's a lot of people that haven't heard it. That's
what I was gonna say.
1 million listeners. Now there's another 10 million that are about to get the pleasure of listening to it. So you're opening up whole new doors, all because of somebody that wants to open a vault and bring the past present.
Whoever sat in that room and said, yo, this got to be a part of that. I appreciate you. I don't know who you are, but I appreciate you. But I always say, like, never underestimate the power of discovery. You get what I'm saying? It's kids that hit me up now about something I made 2012, and they're like, yo,
wow,
I formed the way I rap based off this. And it's like, for me, I'm like, why? But it's super dope because it's like impact, man. It just made impact in young creators' lives, bro. Like that's all I want to do, man. I just want to be able to make sure that the future is set to dream in levels that seemed impossible at one point.
Well, yeah, that's that's embedded into you, right? That's like that's your mindset. You know, obviously at the same time you're trying to make sure that the bills are paid. You know, the wife's happy. The home is taken care of, and there's a lot of balance in that, man. Trying to figure out, how to make sure that work life doesn't bleed into home life, and that that's something that I had to figure out with Kaylin. It was one of those things where, at the time when I first started the brand, it was in my living room. So we're sitting there watching TV while I'm pressing shirts, and I'm standing in front of the TV pressing shirts. And then it moves to the storefront downstairs, and I had this 5-year plan of like, all right, I'm gonna get the name out there, then open the store, and then see where it goes from there. And it's I've gotten lucky enough where people have noticed me to the point where, like, the levy was like, hey, we want you here for 4 weeks. 28 days, and 5 years later, we're still here.
Yeah, I was about to say, you had a 10-day contract and balled out.
100%, bro.
Balled out.
Yeah, I
man.
Jeremy
My
Lee
dog.
that shit, bro.
Oh God,
yeah.
man. But guess what though? It wasn't no fluke, man. It wasn't no fluke because you was the one with the vision, man.
Well, and that's the thing, man. Well, and like a lot of the time, if you have the vision, it's up to the people that are, that have the reins to say, hey, like, let him run with the rope or hang himself.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Because we talked about this before. Kenwood, they didn't like our eccentric attitude. You know what I mean? They didn't like
you
the
was
things
too well
that
for
we
they
were
like
doing.
it.
Yeah.
They didn't like.
They did not like it. No.
They didn't like microphones in the front window. They didn't like any of it.
But they like DJs in the front window. That's
Right.
What?
Yeah. That was, and that was the thing. That was one of the reasons why we wanted this. Like, you know, when Andrew was young, like he used to go to Cosmic, and you know they had a DJ in there.
Yeah.
And the same thing when I was in Kenwood Mall, there was a store. I think it was Cosmic. I think it was maybe not, but.
Bro,
there was a store that had a DJ literally sitting in the front window.
Clockwork.
And I'm like, that is fire, bro.
Clockwork. We used to go shop, and Clockwork would be, as soon as I walk in, Clockwork's to the left DJing.
Crazy.
And I used to be getting some T-shirts and a hat. And I'm like,
What was the name of the store?
What was that store name?
I feel like it started with a D or something.
Something though, you know what I'm talking about though. It was like a real. It wasn't more or less hype beast, but it was definitely like trendy.
It wasn't hype beast. It was like Pac Sun on steroids.
Yeah.
It was like a high end.
It was vibey though, but it just wasn't completely hype beast. It was like, you know what I mean? I was shopping there, so I know it was at least Flea. It was at least decent.
Right.
But yeah, he was DJing as soon as you came in. I'm like, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So the not like that that's weird.
They definitely didn't like it. In fact, we had a article written to say the Native had landed finally in Kenwood, and because it said open broadcasting in the article, they made the article come down. They made the article have it removed from the interweb. So
yeah,
just they really
talking about unheard of. Unheard of. What Nick was it in Kenwood?
No, and unheard of's always been downtown.
It was and I swear I'm about to figure this out. Cause it was a store. It was a decent store though.
It was down there in Kenwood by like where the Apple store is.
He used to play the jams. This was before Most Dope anything, bro. That was crazy.
Right? Yeah, dude. You know what's crazy? I used to Clockwork used to be my DJ for all my birthday parties, man.
I swear.
And the dude was so good at what he did, and obviously like shout out to Sean Heron and those guys at Self Diploma, because they they had him on their roster, and then they put him on for Mac Miller as an opening act.
Rest is history.
And bro, like that night they were like, "You're coming with me," and the rest is history. Like like Clockwork went from being a Cincinnati DJ, a very talented Cincinnati DJ. He went to the School of Performing Arts, the whole nine. To overnight, like living in Mac Miller's house in L.A. and being a part of the Most Dope.
He was on the TV show.
What was it? Most Dope.
Most Dope. Yeah, Most Dope. That was the collective, man.
It was incredible, bro. I just I love seeing people like that win, bro, because
But he had it though. You knew from the the nature, the charisma,
such a different human being, right? Like
his comedic timing, and then like meeting Mac, I know that they clicked soon as they met each other.
Oh, for sure.
They comedic timing is crazy. It's down there. Whose line is it anyway? It's like,
hey, look at you bringing out some old school fucking.
Yeah, I'm old, bro.
They should bring whose line is it anyways. They should bring it back, but bring it back for like an updated crowd. You know what I mean?
You know what it's called now? It's called Wildin' Out. That's what it's called.
Yeah. All right. That's it.
Yeah, it's called Wildin' Out for sure.
They could definitely modernize that.
I've got a Wildin' Out t-shirt.
I would love for them to do it for that specific kind of comedy, but like Wildin' Out is their answer to that, honestly, and that's why Nick Cannon is running around the whole world doing this. You feel me?
Yeah, he's crazy, bro. Like I saw a photo the other day, and it's wild. I worked for Kiss 107 a lifetime ago, and back when we used to do the Merry Christmas things, it was down at Jillian's, and I was actually yeah, bro. And so we had this was a crazy Christmas party, bro. So we had Bubba Sparks, JC Chazé from NSYNC, Kendra Bedingfield, is that her name? Kendra Bedingfield. So she has some popular songs back then. Natasha Bedingfield. There you go.
I don't know what Kendra. I know Natasha.
And then Nick Cannon, and there was a couple other people. And I was down at Jillian's the whole day setting up. I was interning, and they announced that day that I won my job. But so I was interning down there, and JC Chazé is such a pretty boy, I guess.
Word.
Like this was before iPhones, you can download music. So he listens to fucking Rebel Yell. That's the one song he listens to before he goes on stage, right? So Billy Idol's Rebel Yell.
Yeah.
And he forgot his CD. So I had to leave Jillian's and I had to
get him a-
drive to Best Buy to buy that album. I went there and
Tango for Three was good.
they didn't have it, so my sister had to go to a different Best Buy. She bought the album, brought it to Jillian's so that we could give it to JC just so he can hear that one song before he went on stage.
Hey, one time.
That's a true story, bro.
One time
That's
for
a
Best
true
Buy,
story.
One time for Best Buy Media Play. For your
Oh
FYE.
man, dude! Look,
one time for OG consumers, man.
bro. One time
Jeez.
for Tuesday at Best Buy. Like,
Hey.
Tuesdays at Best Buy, like that was my Friday, bro. Because Tuesday was a day that all the albums came out.
Yeah.
On the
You know
end
we going
cap,
back to that, right?
bro. We need to go back to that.
Going back to that. We going back to that.
But how are they selling them? They need CDs.
Because this is the thing, right? So if the albums are dropping on a Friday, everybody's numbers are going to be skewed.
For sure.
Because of when people are listening to it and consuming the actual content and art. There are some hardcore fans that are going to listen at midnight on a Friday. But most people are working. Ain't nobody listening to it.
For sure.
So it's going to make somebody who would normally do 120,000 do 30,000. And that look crazy as hell. Like YG doing 8,000. If he would have dropped on a Tuesday, that wouldn't have been 8. That'd have been 12 to 15, or at least 20 independently.
Right.
But it's like so we have to go back to that. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna commandeer a day that we're not doing because I don't like Fridays. And then I call Fridays traffic day. So like now we got these blockbuster Fridays every other Friday.
Mm-hmm.
You trying to, I'm an independent act and I only got 600, 700 people that's listening to me, and only 20% of them are actually going to purchase something. And I got to compete with K Tronada, Anderson Paak, her, like you're drowned.
Right.
It's over for you. But if I drop Tuesday, you get to listen to my album, absorb it, at least get to Thursday where you like, hey, bro, I actually like 3, 4, 5 songs out of this. And then you get to make your opinion on whatever Anderson Paak and her and the rest of these people are doing. But if you
100%,
drop it on
dude.
that day, you ain't going, I'm going to hit you up Tuesday. Yo, you listen to my album? Nah, man, I ain't get around to it, Brody. And it's like, I can't be mad at you because I dropped on the time where everybody dropped.
Right.
Our attention span is that, bro.
Well, that's how it is with the movie industry too, man. You know, they used to be like opening weekend was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? But then they started pushing it to Thursdays. You know, where you can get the sneak peek on Thursday.
Word.
Now it's Wednesdays, and now and even today, like this day, I think Tyrell fucking went in and saw a movie on Tuesday that didn't come out till Friday, and I'm like, how did you already see this? He's like, oh, they had a matinee showing on Tuesday, so I went and saw it. I'm like, what? Like, oh.
This early release
What's
of a
up,
release.
Twani?
But it makes sense though, because
Yeah.
it's like,
Well,
hey,
it does make
we can
sense.
add 3 more days on to our opening
Yeah.
weekend and double our chances, right?
Yeah, I think, like he said, like if you're not competing with as much, obviously, you get the opportunity to get a free, like a fluid listen, because you're not
Yeah.
having to worry about all these different artists.
Someone
dropping,
going, okay, yeah, let me go see
I'll
what
catch this
Anderson
out,
Paak's got.
and then I'll come back to this. And if you ever come
Yeah.
back to it, that's here or there. But like if you release on a day where it's just but like people like to release on specific dates, so there might be some solidified aspect to that, because if you list on a specific date, it doesn't really matter what day of the week it falls on if there's a story with it,
Right.
because people are going to listen too. But I try to keep my releases off the weekends too, because the weekends are just so convoluted with so many
Bro,
different things.
When I got 6 of my favorite acts dropping at the same time, guess what I'm going to do? The first one I see, I'm going to listen to. And after that, guess what? Ear fatigue. I don't want to hear nothing else. It don't matter if I like you or not. So guess what? You're going to get a chance Saturday. But guess what? Only one of y'all going to get a chance Saturday.
Right.
Then by Sunday, if I got a day where I'm not doing anything,
You're probably gonna go
then
back-
exactly.
go back to
I
the
might
songs
go back,
that you
revisit.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I do now on a listen, because I know I'm just aware of my attention span. So what I do is I get my first listen. If I really like something, or if a beat hits me or something, I just favorite it. So when I come back, I'm like, now I can determine if I like it based on how many things I favorite it.
Right.
You
Right,
feel me?
yeah.
Because I could go off for the public consensus, but that ain't what I actually like. So if I'm gonna go through it, like, all right, it's 13 tracks on here. I like 3. I didn't completely like this project, but that don't mean it's a bad project. Then I go on somebody else's project, which is bloated, but I like 17 songs out of 24. I like this
Bangers,
project.
yeah.
So I'm going to favorite the whole project and then help my algorithm give me more stuff like that.
Right.
But it's like, I got to do that, because if I don't, I literally get lost in the sauce. I just asked my homeboy, yo, you listen to so-and-so project? Nah. I'm like, why? Like, because it's everything else is happening. And then when that's not happening, the headlines are happening. When imagine the people that spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to promote their album and do an album rollout, and then Kendrick and Drake beef. you're done.
Right.
Like, it does not matter what you was trying to do.
Yep.
Because you have the records, the releases, the reactions of the people who are on YouTube. Then you have the think pieces. Then you have rolling, not only kind of the blogs that still exist, which is like the Rolling Stones, the Complexes, the whoever. Then on top of that, you got the streets and the people who are having a conversation. They're not talking about you.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you have to let that completely cycle out before you say, hey, y'all, I got a song. You feel me? Like, it's too much, man. So I got to be cognitive of the traffic, what's happening, what's about to happen, and how much time I got before everything shuts down. If Beyonce drops a surprise album, shut up. Let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go. Let it go through its cycle.
For real.
Do you think when you're, preparing for releases, you think that the individual song with video or just the singular item is more effective than the full album drop, or is it like as a process, or how do you go about your full drops?
I could chalk it up to attention span and say singles are better than albums, but I'm a catalog person, and I understand that the long game is the catalog, so I have to focus on the body of work, but I have to use the singles to be the breadcrumbs to the entire loaf. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when we campaign something, I have to be realistic about where it can live. So back in the day, it's like, oh, this is a crazy little radio single, or this for the ladies, or this for the streets, or this for the ladies in the streets, or whatever. But nowadays, it has to be like, this is an IG live reel video, and it has to live and only exist here. Meaning that I can't even put it, or if I do it on as a IG reel, I put it as a YouTube short and a TikTok. So that's the only place it lives. It does not live as a music video. It does not live as a visualizer. But there are certain things that the budget is so high because we pay for production and clearances and live production and all of that. We have to make a big music video and put billboards up and go to the radio and spend the ad money and make sure that the AdSense works. But it all depends on being realistic about the record. People just, every record is your baby, so you want to think everything is the one. You want to think every song is amazing. But it's like, I realistically know, like for the record we just put out, we put out Revenge and Album Rollout. Album Rollout is an IG reel, TikTok, YouTube short. That's it. Now, as much as people are like, man, I love this song so much, I want a video. And that's why I keep it like that. The same reason that Kendrick Lamar did All Right and Not Like Us, and he gave you 2 songs that don't even exist. And we wait and wait and wait. And it'll never happen. I know where it exists, so I have to put it there and leave it there.
In its space.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, but for what, you know what needs a music video, you know what doesn't. So for me, album is it, like the bodies of work. Because at the end of the day,
the discography.
You can have a million different singles, right? But if you don't have that body of work that impacted the youth or a generation, you can have a bunch of singles. You come and go.
You come and go.
You know what I'm saying? We can go on your shit and say, oh yeah, he got a bunch of random records, but where's that classic, that undeniable body? I don't care if it's an EP. You need an undeniable body of work where people say you're cemented
for something to talk
your
about.
Region, city,
something to talk about.
Yeah,
Carpe diem.
When you're
Carpe diem. Come on,
right.
Man.
When you're in the social settings, people aren't necessarily talking about the singles. They will say, you hear that track from so and so.
Yeah.
But when you kind of get down to a legacy format and legacy thought process, the album, the record. What record are you dropping? Like, no matter what genre, the record is like the word, because we dropped that record. And like when you're talking about it, that's what people put you in, that hierarchy of successful artists. They're not necessarily going to stick you there because you got a one-hit wonder. And that's how you get looked at, as those singles as a one-hit wonder. And then you're like, they had that one track. I didn't see much after that. But then if you had the whole record, like, do you check that record out? 17 to 24 songs. It's a double. It's great. And then at that point, they're going to check out other records because they're going to look for the quality, because you're already providing that on one thing that they can trust.
Yeah.
But with the single, you can knock out a home run on a single, but like that is one run.
Yeah.
You're playing a whole game here.
Ask designer what it feel like to sell 8 million records and not have a classic album.
Right.
You're chasing ghosts.
Chasing ghosts.
You'll never ask Roddy Ricch what it feels like selling 10 million records and then not having that. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's tough, bro. And then it's like, it's like hitting a lottery, bro. Like, you've never been this high before, so the only thing you can do is go down. So guess what everybody say? You fell off, bro.
You fell off,
Brody. You sold 10 on the first. You sold 10 2023. If you don't sell 11 2024, you fell off. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But you can go gold for the rest of your life. But if you don't do that same number, you fell off. So it's just. I don't know. That's if you care about the public opinion.
That's the mind mentality these days, though. Is it? It's not about how many many awards you've got or how many accolades you have. It's like what have you done for me lately, bro? It's like the attention grab is so short these days.
Facts.
And when it comes down to it, man, you've got. Where am I trying to go with this, man? You've got that mind mentality of like longevity, right? Like that's where you're going.
That was gonna be my first project title, believe it or not.
Oh, dope.
My first project that I was gonna ever make was gonna be called Longevity.
And that's tight because then you could have made an album 10 years later and it said "Still Here." You know what I mean? Like,
oh God,
yeah,
we're still out here. Yeah.
But that's the thing, man. The mind mentality of everybody, Vine with the 6-second reels. It was like what at the time you were like it's not enough dopamine. 6 seconds isn't enough, but now it's like 6 seconds is almost too much, bro. And it
is crazy.
And there's some albums that stand out to me over others. Yeah. I loved when 50 and Kanye dropped the album on the same day. Yeah. You know what I mean? And they were just going back and forth at it. And 50 was like, if Kanye sells more albums, I'm never going to make another record again. And Kanye sold more, but
factor in what was happening around that time.
Oh, for sure.
It was a lot, but it was literally the wild, wild west as far as attention.
Mm-hmm.
So 50 being this titan and Kanye being this underdog for the media, this is the perfect story.
Oh yeah.
Like, can Kanye kill Goliath?
Right.
With this backpack at the time music.
Yeah.
And 50 is literally a titan. He went diamond already. Like, he's literally went platinum on platinum on platinum. Ye ain't Kanye at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that was such an important part. But at the same time, imagine in 2024 something like that happened. It's so much going on. It is hard to even focus on two artists beefing about selling records, because selling records ain't the point no more.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, let's say you do sell more than you. So what else is it? Did y'all fight? Did you hit his girl? Did you go live about it? Like,
right.
It is crazy. Like,
yeah, but on the other side of it, you've got 50 Cent who when he came out with the Massacre, like, I bought that album 3 times. I bought one CD with the same music 3 times. The first one, I accidentally bought the edited version. So bro, no, the worst is buying Kendrick Lamar's edited version. When Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe, it was Chick Don't Kill My Vibe. I'm like, what is this? Damn, I did it again.
Chick Don't Kill My Vibe is atrocious.
Yeah, so Massacre, I bought the edited version, and then I went back in and I bought the unedited. Yeah. And then 50 came out with a DVD version where it had every one of the songs had a music video.
Yep.
And for me, like, I was one
innovative at the time.
I was one of the rare guys that had a DVD player in his car, and I was like, I've got to pay $30 for this album because I've got to have the music videos. You know what I mean?
Because you in the whip stunting, like, what,
bro? I used to just burn MTV music videos and put them in my car. And I remember going through McDonald's, and she was like, "Are you watching MTV?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got cable." And this was like 15 years ago, bro. And she's, to this day, she's probably still telling people, like, no, they've had cable in cars for 15 years.
Right. The work, bro. That's mind-boggling.
Oh,
bro.
It was hilarious, bro.
Listen,
but that's at YouTube University, man. Learning how to burn DVDs, use LimeWire, Napster, all that shit. Look, his mind just got blown when I said LimeWire.
Hey, listen,
LimeWire, bro.
LimeWire.
Remember Ares? ARES?
No.
Dude, that was one of the best ones.
Only thing I remember.
They're just it was just so easy to use. It like took LimeWire and it was like, there's just the way we got music back then. It was, and everything was mistitled, and you had to go back in and like retitle what it was because it was like this long word.
What's an ID3 tag?
Yeah, like if people had to do that now, I just don't know how it would work.
I remember fucking downloading something and it was like 128 bit rate. You're like, fuck, I need that 192.
You had to get
192 for clarity.
So it didn't sound like it was a
grainy fade.
tin can shit. The tin can
background.
Sounded like it was out of someone's cell phone through a microphone,
out of a shell,
out of a custom amp into the actual Yeah,
Nah, that's back when Soulja Boy had the game on lock. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Bro, killing it.
Listen,
back in
when
the
I
day,
downloaded the Carter 3 and there was a bunch of crank that Supermans,
Oh,
I
dude.
was ready to fight.
right?
I said, oh. But the thing is, though, that at the time, YouTube, that didn't nobody understand tags.
It was a
but
Wild West, bro.
Yeah, it was the Wild West.
I
bro.
have so
YouTube.
one of my good friends. His name's Josh Kelly. He's a music artist. He got married to Katherine Heigl, the chick from like Grey's Anatomy and all
Word.
that. I've been friends with this dude for a fucking very long time, but he was going to college at Ole Miss. And he was playing music, and he actually got a full ride to Ole Miss on golf. So he was there playing golf, but he downloaded a bunch of music from Napster. He downloaded a bunch of music from David Gray, which is like his same genre of music.
Yeah.
And that's all he downloaded. So, if you're downloading Napster, or if you're downloading from Napster, you can actually like message the people that are downloading from you. Do you remember that?
Nah, I remember Napster, but I just didn't remember I could message people.
Yeah, so you can click on the person that's downloading from you. You can send them an IM. So he was on here, and when people were downloading David Gray, Josh Kelly was writing, "Hey, if you like David Gray, check out this dude Josh Kelly." So people were downloading Josh Kelly, just going, "Oh shit, okay."
What?
And it only took him 10 fucking days, bro. After 10 days of doing this, somebody from Hollywood Records was illegally downloading music from Josh Kelly.
Oh.
And Josh hit him up and said, "Hey, if you like David Gray, check out Josh Kelly." And this dude was like, "Do you know Josh?" And he was like, "Yeah, I do." And like literally
What?
3 weeks later, he had a record contract with Hollywood Records.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
That
I mean,
is-
that's just
is
tapping
crazy.
into the system, bro. That's just
Nah,
knowing.
But this the thing, man. Like, same thing with these Spotify rules that get amended every 15 minutes. Like, these rules are set to be broken and exploited. But the thing is, it's like, it doesn't need to be exploited like fraudulently. You get what I'm saying? It need to, like, because when they had the joint, we're like, oh, you 30 seconds and then you get
49
paid.
minutes.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like 30 seconds and then you get your play. And then the band learn, oh, yeah, tell us whole fan base, just put it on 31 seconds, skip it, and then just put us on a loop, and literally funded their tour from the fans just putting it on a playlist
Put
and
them on
letting it
first
run.
repeat.
And then them like, all right, well, you can't do it like that no more. You got to do it like this. And now you got to play the whole, like, it's just,
Yeah, and the thing on top of that is that you are, the way the industry has really like, the way the industry has really gone like since back in the time, because think about how we view like finding new artists now.
Right.
Now it's recommend if you like. This is your suggested artist.
Yeah.
This is how we go about it. Like, we're gonna feed you artists because you like this guy, this guy, this guy. That means you're gonna now like Josh Kelly. You're gonna like.
is that how y'all
Monty.
discover artists? Or that just,
I think that's how a lot of people are discovering, because Spotify is feeding people. It's feeding.
Yeah.
It may not be feed the small artists, but they're feeding ones that are kind of on the up and up, or that are getting the play for whatever reason. They could be on the specific playlist. They could pay to be on. There's a lot of ways.
yeah,
there's so many different ways that people get on.
it's just who you know at this
It's
point.
who you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a person to person kind of person. So like, if I discover something, it's because my homeboy told me like, hey yo, he hard. Like, check him out. And I'm like, all right, well, let me check him out. Let me watch a viral video. Let me watch this. And then if it's actually fired, I'm like, all right, well, let me check him out. You feel me? But that's it. I can't. No disrespect to Pigeons and Planes, but I can't let them determine what's hot or what's interesting or what, because it's probably not, most likely. But you know, if my homeboy, he know my music taste, so if he like, hey, check him out, I'm gonna check him out. And 9 times out of 10, they right, and it's good. But it's just, I'm still word of mouth, man. Like, I'm such to the bone word of mouth, because a lot of this that we made happen came from word of mouth. I did not use ads. I didn't have there's no payola. I didn't go, you know what I mean? There's no crazy budget that we spent. We literally just placed music in front of people until they were convinced that we were it, and they told other people. That was it.
There's There we go. We were just playing. We started playing your music video.
I
here.
would say it's just start playing.
But you got two things. It's you don't want to. Where was I going with this? Damn, I just lost my train of thought. I looked over. We started playing this
that's
music
crazy.
video.
I just looked up.
But
We're
damn.
talking about how you find artists through.
But he was saying there's two ways that you do
Two
it.
ways
So
that-
Oh yeah, yeah. So you can either do like you. It's like hard work and word of mouth, right? Because there's nothing bigger. Thank you, by the way, for remembering what I was saying. Word of mouth is the strongest out there because that's like people don't tell you something. They don't tell you to go to a restaurant if it sucks.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't tell you to listen to music if it sucks.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they don't tell you to that this is the coolest clothing store if it sucks.
Yeah.
You know, but there's ways of people putting stuff out in the algorithm where you're like, I don't get it. I don't understand. So there's either you who's just betting on yourself and doing it the right way, which is grinding hard, hustling hard, and then putting your heart behind it where you know the shit's good, or putting it out there and then knowing the back end on how to make it go viral.
Yeah.
And it's either it'll go viral because the shit is good and they caught wind, or B, it sucks and
Or you control the narrative, the
people
media,
are
the
sharing it
budget.
because like look at the Island Boys.
It's got clickbait to it.
Yeah,
There-
but
there'll be-
but
yeah.
even that didn't last long. That
Yeah.
was a conversation that came and went.
Exactly.
100%.
And,
Yeah.
and it's the funny part, right? Like even using them as an example, right? So they do all of the necessary things to aesthetically grab people's attention, and then once they do so, they do like this. All right, we got the tattoos on the face. We got this weird inflection on his voice. We look like twins. We do all of this stuff. That works. We get the record. But y'all are terrible performers. There's no artist development. And then when y'all get booked to do strip clubs and other places, y'all get booed or shut out. Then that doesn't work. So now, what can we do to get back on the front of the scene? We beefing with people. All right, we beefing with so-and-so in Florida. We beefing with Kodak Black. All right, that doesn't
Jack
work.
Doherty,
All right, guess
little
what?
kids.
All right, well,
yeah.
let's make an OnlyFans where we kissing each other. Like, this is literally what they did. Like, it's like, what do we have to do
to
be
stay
on
in the limelight.
to stay in cycle, because that's all of what this is. In cycle, out cycle. You stay in cycle because of whatever you're doing, and then before you know, like, all right, well, I'm tired of this, tired of talking about it, tired of seeing it, and at the end of the day, bro, most of this stuff gonna look like stock market. We'll talk about it 1 hour, then we won't talk about it another hour. A lot of this stuff is getting a week's worth of press. That's where we at. We're at a week. It'll shorten as time progresses, but right now, something that's hot gets talked about for a week, and we get the initial moment, meme, reaction, whatever, concert, whatever, and then we get the people who are reacting to whatever that is, think piece and whatever that is. The comedians make jokes about whatever that is, and then once the jokes are done, then we have to say, is this really worth talking about for the culture's sake? And then by that Sunday, they're like, nah, it ain't, and we move on to the next thing. And that's it. Like, so you gotta make something that's at least work, even something heartfelt lasts a week.
Right.
We like it, we cry, we move on. Even something I can show you. If I showed you the first time you teared up, you are not gonna tear up the second time I show you.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
few things that you can see. Like
Rehashing
a really-
emotions is tough.
yeah, Joyner Lucas, he's a great example of pulling on your heartstrings with a visual. But have you felt the same way twice about that visual? No.
No,
You
yeah.
feel it that initial time, then you feel so moved by it that you want to show somebody else. But when you're watching it, you're not reacting the way that they're about
Right.
to react.
Yeah, yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
When
like,
he first brought out ADHD, that got me right away because I could definitely relate.
shout out to ADHD. Too.
Yeah, man, for sure. And I mean, now I listen to it, and it just brings back. It has got a tiny bit of like, oh, I can think back to when I first heard it, whether it's nostalgia feeling or whatever when I 1st heard it, but someone hears it now, and I played in the store on occasion, and people are like, "What's this? What's this? What's?" And they don't not
No
not
idea.
into it. No idea. And then they're like, "This is awesome," because it's a really like impactful song. He executes it,
Yeah.
on point. So like when I first heard that though, man, it hit that emotional that spot.
Yeah,
But I mean, like
yeah.
you said, things do have a little. There is a time limit to it to a degree.
Bro.
Yeah, but then there's a time when you go back to it after a long time, and then it hits again.
But the thing is this though, the absence is what rebuilds it. You get
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like, bro, I dealt with a company. Actually, a part of the reason why the album took so long to begin, anyway. I dealt with a company who we pitched the album to because they were putting people on tour, They were getting people in the big boy like interviews and the tour festivals and stuff. I pitched him. I didn't really play. I played the album after. I told him my story. He started crying. I played the music. He's like, "Oh my God, this is just so moving. Just take your time." I didn't know take your time and you got 2 weeks. I learned that the hard way in the industry, but I took my time, and by the time I got back, you're like, "Oh, we moved on," because you only felt it right then. You get what I'm saying? And you got to strike while the iron's hot when people are feeling what they feeling. So it's literally that, bro. Like I didn't know that. I had to learn the hard way on that. But people won't. You only. It's there. It's initial, and after that, I ain't gonna say we get desensitized. It's just less impactful the next time you watch it. Even if something motivates you to do something, you're not that same level of motivated every time you hear it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even your workout music, like, you work out hard that one first day. Tell me day 15, same song.
Yeah.
You're not pumping the same kind of iron. It's because it's a I don't know, it's registered. You get what I'm saying? Like, once it's registered, it's just different, man. So I am very grateful for anybody who had a lasting effect on anything that we did art-wise, music-wise, visually, like whatever. If we did an activation, you like, nah, bro, I still remember this, and I still could talk about this out. Like that, I appreciate that.
I mean, you're still doing it though, like these activations, man.
Yeah.
You know, especially like when it comes to you and the wifey, bro.
Yeah.
Like doing the event down here in the lab.
Yeah, bro.
Like those are like innovating things, bro. That's first to market shit. You know what I mean? Like the fact that you guys are selling T-shirts as tickets.
Yeah.
And then it's like you've got to wear the T-shirt here to be a part of it. And then like the QR code on the shirt, like, bro, your wife was so dope for even thinking of that.
Crazy.
Because like when she sent me, she's like, "Hey, I want you to put this QR code on the shirts." It's like, okay, cool. I assumed it was a QR code that went to her Facebook page or to like her, no, that went to Spotify where you can listen to the music.
Yes.
Like
yes.
that right there was like goosebumps, bro. It's like it's like it's gloves off on at that point because it's like,
that girl a genius.
What is that? Oh, it's my music.
Yeah.
Just scan this and then you can walk away and you can hear my music. I don't have to stand here with you.
And the best part is about that, like, because the objective, I guess, at the beginning was kind of like show and prove about just rapping ability. But now it's just community building. You get what I'm saying? Like, we're just trying to build a community. So when somebody's wearing this, how y'all doing? It's cool. But when we're trying to build the community and one person went to show 1 and had a T-shirt and another person went to show 3 and has the same T-shirt, when they see each other in public, it's like, oh, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Then. And it's like, which show did you go to? It's like, well, I went to the first one. Like, well, I went to the last one. And it's like, then they can exchange, like, what did she perform? And now you have a respect for somebody you didn't even know prior to, but the shirt.
Because you got a connection.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the shirt is like, it's like the community is built soon as you see the shirt, soon as you see the QR. And we're going to keep doing, I want to bring it back next year, honestly. Like,
let's keep doing it, bro. Let's do sessions. Session 1, session 2, session 3. We can make each one of them the same but different, right?
Yeah,
like
sure.
what session were you a part of?
Yeah, man. That's what we did. We're doing with Radio Artifact right now, man. We did vent session. We took our living room and put it on the stage.
Bro, Radio Artifact is fire, dude.
Logistically, I didn't know that was going to be a nightmare. But we did it, though. And it was crazy. Because in my mind, I'm like, yeah, just put the living room on the stage. But in my brain, it just sounded that simple. In stage rules, it's like, hey, you have to measure this couch. And you have to measure the couch in relevance to the speakers, the stage, the microphone,
the lighting,
feedback.
the whole nine, bro.
Yeah. But I promise you, when I show you what it looks like, you're gonna be like, y'all pulled that shit off.
Yeah.
But it wasn't easy, and it took a lot of it just took a lot of work. And
dude, I put a couch on stage. I get it, bro.
Yeah,
I put a couch on stage or beyond the stage, and that measurement of the couch. When I bought it, I was like, all right,
definitely gonna fit. And then you bring it in, and you're like,
oh shit, right, exactly. It was like, all right, well, this is.
He said it was lit. He said it was lit too. Hey, I appreciate you.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
He came to the show. He got to see the show. It's a pajama party. Imagine this. I'm at Radio Artifact, broad day, in full silk pajamas. They are mind blown.
Fire.
Like, what in the world? Like, but it was fire though, man. But that's it, bro.
And a big shout out to to Radio Artifact too, man, and all the small businesses out here that are making it happen, bro. Because like Radio Artifact is such a cool, low key place, man. They make their own. It's not beer. What is it? It's like.
It is a beer. It's like
a Goza, Goza, whatever
like
that shit is.
Like a fruit beer.
Hey, appreciate you, bro.
It's like a fruit beer. Like I be drinking the strawberry beer.
Later,
they
bro.
got.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. Peace and love. Peace and love. For sure. But
Peace and blessings. That reminds me of
blessings.
Bugs the Rocker, bro.
Yeah.
Peace and blessings.
Yeah, we like that from Ali, man. Peace and blessings.
Yeah.
But I love Radio Artifact. I love anybody that is an advocate for the artist, man.
100%,
and
dude.
their agreements in terms like, do you know how much money it would have cost to rent out Radio Artifact, then get somebody that has a 6 GoPro setup, main camera setup, live streaming like in real time where we're editing it,
right?
And then we're gonna be able to put it up and post the next day.
It's innovative shit, bro.
You don't have the budget to do this,
right.
But they're like, we'll make sure you're able to do it, and because they love the artist, bro. Like,
let me tell you, bro, that you need to pitch that idea to Big Frank.
Yeah.
Get 5 cameras in there.
Yeah.
Get the sound crew to just live record, and you know what I mean, and then have footage for. It doesn't even have to be like concert footage, but if you can do if you can get a camera on stage that's set up where, you know, whatever artist is on there. Yeah. You can see the artist on stage and you can see the crowd where the crowd's bouncing. Yeah. If you set up just some camera views like that, it'll cost Big Frank maybe $500 or $600 in camera equipment.
But it pays back in dividends.
But being able to have that footage for Jadakiss when he comes in, you know what I mean. Jadakiss is gonna promote that and push that, and all Big Frank needs to do is put a little skin grab over the front that says
watermark.
A watermark that says Madison Live, Covington,
bottom right hand corner to where you can't take it out. Yep.
Right. Yeah.
That's that's something that fucking John G could do while he's working there. You know what I mean? Just work the Stream Deck and just boom, boom, boom. Two cameras. Sound's already embedded.
Yeah, it's already in.
So. Like that, I mean, it might be able to get it done for under $500.
That makes all the difference, bro. I'm telling you,
it does
right
because of the fact that if Jadakiss comes there and does a show and then has that footage that he didn't have to pay for, he didn't have to, plus he's getting the live BTS interviews there. Like, you guys are on to something big. If you guys can package this where, hey, when Jadakiss is off stage, we'll give you the 5-minute interview. 30-second or 60-second clips that you can use to promote your next show, right? Like, at that point, Madison Theater is putting themselves, above everything Live Nation's doing, because Live Nation expects them to bring all the work.
Yeah, bro. Because I ain't gonna front,
we provide
man.
all
like,
that. Yeah.
If we want to get into it now, man, just touring and Live Nation.
Yeah, let's get into it.
And the monopoly of it all, and it's a sick
it's
game
crashing,
going
bro.
on right now.
I feel like it's gonna crash in the next 5 years with Ticketmaster breaking down.
It has to, bro.
Live Nation's gonna be right behind it.
Y'all are gouging us, and you just overtly gouging us.
Same people,
bro. We
Same people. Literally, it's like 88% of ticket sales.
Ticketmaster and Live Nation,
bro. Everybody on the same team.
Same winners that are winning each time.
It's over.
They're not.
That's why we throw our own shows, bro. Think about this, man.
If
DIY. If John Bellion put 10,000 people in a seat, and out of those 10,000 people, most of them didn't even pay full price. They had a blowout sale. He has to recoup $1 million that they advanced him because he didn't have money before he took the contract. They're making $4 million that night. He has to do 11 shows to recoup the $1 million.
Right.
And that's based on a full ticket sale. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're stuck. Now imagine if you do the tour and you don't sell out 10,000 every single time. Now you have to do another tour just to recoup. So people be three albums in paying for the first album.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some of my favorite acts don't do music no more because the labels and the Live Nation, squeezing them dry. And then the worst part is this. For us, when we get a big budget, when we get a 70,000, when we get 150,000, when we get a $500,000, we're trying to do it the correct way. So we're going to these things where we're sampling and stuff, and we're getting it clear for $70,000. We're paying for mixing and mastering at $75,000 to $100,000. You spending all of this money to get it all cleared up, just for the climate to change, and now they don't want to listen to it. Or when you do all of that and you can't sell out the tickets because of COVID or because of whatever reason, or getting canceled over a comment or whatever, like, bruh, you just don't want to do this no more. Luckily, he had production, because he would have just retired and been in debt for the rest of his life. Luckily, he produced, John Belair produced Monster and a bunch of other records back to back to back, because he wouldn't have no career. You get what I'm saying? Like, if we do our own show and we got, 300 fans that are purchasing our vinyls, we're selling our own food with our own vendors, and we have our own agreement, and we got everything from pictures to accessories to, we see that money and we divide amongst the venue owners and you feel me? Like, really get back to the community and have that money to fund the next activation. That's right. Like, bro, that's it, bro. Like, that is
no, and you're exactly right. I think that making the DIY is the path where you are giving back to those that are on the ground, that are putting the event together, that are actually doing the logistics of it, rather than, where, like we said, like, where you're paying back from a previous tour, previous album drop, previous, anything, a previous a campaign. You might campaign just a single. You might be paying for a single. Like, you don't know how much you're losing, because, like you said, the climate changes, and all of a sudden, you're not
it ain't
seeing
no longer
the same,
hot.
Yep, you're not seeing the spikes in it. All you're hoping for is some viral kid to use your song, and it maybe pop back out there. But, like, really, at that point, you're just on hopes and prayers. You know what I mean? So if you take the DIY route where you do invest the money, but you know exactly where it's going, you know exactly the marketing that you're putting into it, you know the radio stations, you're connected to the producers that are actually putting out there, you're giving it to every DJ in the city, so they're all rocking it as their fifth track of the night. They're putting it, you're doing the due diligence and getting it into the hands of the people that are going to be on the ground and listening to your track, rather than just going about it with the Live Nation mentality, or the mentality of like big branding, big business. I just think there is a fundamental difference, and you recognize that, which is a huge kudos to you, man, for recognizing that. I recognize it myself as well.
Yeah, bro. I just realized, man, like, community building and micro influencing and micro activations just work way better for us, because we're niche marketers anyway. So it ain't no point of me trying to, like, cast the widest net when the widest net don't even net the best profit. You feel me? And it's really about just impacting the people and super serving the people that already love what we do. What's the point of me? Like, I would rather serve 3,000 people and they all love what we doing than serve 30,000 people and most of them really don't care, or they only gonna show up when it's clout worthy, or when the t-shirts is in front of them, and when everybody else is wearing it, then y'all want to wear it. Like, nah, I would rather only serve the people that's like, I'm gonna wear this if nobody's wearing it, because it's cool to me, because I like, you feel me? Like, free thinkers. I just want to implore free thinkers and support free thinkers and passionate people. That's it.
They're in before the culture sets in.
Yeah,
so
man.
once your culture sets in, then people are jumping on, because that's just what's readily available. And once you're readily available, then that just definitely changes the dynamic. Yeah, you've seen a higher level and you're on another level, but then the expectation is now risen way above what it started, and then then that's when you really start getting the naysayers. You start getting the people that are like, oh, why do they deserve it? They came from nowhere. No, you didn't come from nowhere.
They don't know, man.
They don't know.
They don't know. People think Tommy Richmond just showed up yesterday. That don't even make sense. He been rocking for 15 years, man. Like, now, granted, in them 15 years, he didn't get all the spotlights and viral moments and all of this stuff. But guess what? He been rocking, and putting paint to the wall for 15 years, man. A lot of these people that you think, like, they be like, oh yeah, so and so, like, man, Griselda, all of them, like, they been rocking for a long time, man. People been putting out music pre-pandemic, been going crazy, and it's just trying stuff, man. Experimental marketing, one-off distribution deals, like sponsorships, like low key, we need to do something, man. We need to do something like a project where, like, it's just whatever the artist is, a native brand, like Boley James did that. He got with a clothing company that did they do cool t-shirts, and they made a project together. He raps where he normally would rap by himself, but it's sponsored by them.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And you know what I mean? And it's just put it together.
We should.
Man.
That makes the most sense.
Yeah, bro. That's it. That's all.
It
man.
is. It is straight up too. And you're also kind of like in the territory. You're in the territory of. Jay mentioned first to market earlier, so you're in the territory of being the first of something because it's never been done. Of a collaboration is always unique.
Yeah.
Unless you redo something, but if you get that one space, I call it the corner of the internet.
Yeah.
Once you're in that corner, then you have that one spot. Everyone that knows, whether it's a cult following, whether it's a branded following, or whether you're backed by big money, doesn't matter. But if you're in that unique collaboration, you're in rare air because everyone that gets it, like you said, when they have the T-shirt and they see each other out on the town, they're like, "Oh, you get it,
I love those conversations, bro.
And that's what leads to this too. If you collab with a clothing brand like ourselves and work with what you do, or maybe we do like a trifecta. Maybe there's an artist that does the original piece of art that collabs with you, and then we do the shirts with our own version with it, and then you got 3 different entities all going in rare air. And if you know, you know. And I think the if you know, you know idea is amazing because I'm not here for people that are just trying to take on anything that looks trendy. I'm here for people that are like, hey, I think this is cool. I'm going to rock this regardless if anyone else thinks it's cool. I'm going to be an original thinker. I'm going to be a person of my own, and I'm going to vibe with these humans, and we're going to – I don't know where they're going. I don't know what they're releasing next, but I'm here for the ride and the journey. And we're out here doing our thing, and they're, treating us with such respect by wearing our merch and rocking our music and whatever we're supporting, and it becomes a community within a community. And before you know it, you got a whole we're really pushing for we're building a street team. So the street team is going to come alive here soon.
Yeah.
And I think that is an area that's really underused with a lot of people as a street team. So definitely,
man, that's the basics,
yeah,
bro.
man.
Like, listen, bro, I come from this. Because it's funny, we just did a record called Album Rollout, and it's wild because I've been, at this rate, we've been doing this for like 14 years, so like I done did a bunch of different album rollouts, but this one is the first digital album rollout that I'm doing. I'm so used to doing an album rollout where like I'm in the streets with it, you feel me? We putting up posters on select markets and locations.
Guerrilla
and
marketing.
bus stops.
Guerrilla marketing,
Yeah, when we did, hold on a second. What's happening now? My tap ones. But yeah, when we used to do art campaigns, like one campaign we did for I learned it from when we went to South by Southwest. I said, yo, what if we no warning, no explanation, nothing. I got 3 girls that's gonna give out flyers and posters and information. They got our t-shirts on. I got people that got posters. That's their only job is to hold the posters. And I'm a freestyle from Washington Park to Fountain Square. We stopped traffic. It garnered so much attention because I'm rapping about the people that I see in Bakersfield. I'm rapping about people that's leaving the pawn shop, people in the cars, people that I see. Like,
that's awesome.
And the cops wanted to stop us, but they just seeing it like, go ahead, man. Like, and we just rocking all the way to Fountain Square, man. And it's people who that when I started, they weren't even with us. They just became a part of us. And we had a crowd of people that got on the stage when the stage was on the other side of the Fountain Square.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and we just we made a point to be like, we're going to be on this stage and I need y'all to be here. And then people came out. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like,
support was real.
I'm just used to physical album rollouts, bruh. And now it's all digital. Like, I can't even.
How do you feel about that?
Right.
How do you feel about a digital rollout?
Put it like this, because I'm such a in-person kind of person, I feel like something missing even when I'm doing it and it's working. But I just know it's working. So I just got to keep trial and error in it. Like I said, keep learning in real time about like, okay, I did this for this amount of days. I used these videos to attract these people. Okay, I saw what a twerk video did for 24 hours. Then I saw what a video did with my favorite rapper for 24 hours. Then I got to see what happened if I rapped it for 24 hours. Like, it is just keep trying different things. But I'm just such a we used to hit Northside, put the posters up. Go downtown, put the posters up. Go to Tri-County, put the posters up. Kenwood, put the posters up.
That's
Well,
a lost art these days, man. I really
bro.
feel like a lot of these people that are missing the boat because they're like, oh man, my Instagram post is like they're blogging us down, or I'm shadow banned. It's like
I'm getting buried in the algorithm.
Like, bro, like if it's not working, go back to what did. You know what I mean? Because there was a time where we used to go to apartment complexes and just flyer every car in the apartment complex that we had a party that Friday.
Smacking it.
You know what I mean? And it worked, bro. It worked.
Yeah.
These, it's just it's that legwork, man. People don't want to go out and make it happen anymore. They want the instant gratification.
Yeah, man. I'm such an advocate for the process, bruh. Like, I love the process. I love the process more than the result. At
Me
this
too,
point.
bro.
Like, I love because that's the only way to be successful. Like, loving the process, you'll do this a million times over. But when you only want the result, you'll cheat, shortcut, cheapen. You'll do anything to get the end result.
That's
Yeah. You'll do anything to get the end result. For me, I'm like, I like taking an infant idea and actualizing it to a full adult and then putting it into the world and seeing how people react to it. That is such a fun thing to know, like, yo, we did this. We literally, like, I want to do things that's abstract and get people like thinking, who would have thought to do this? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I see stuff like that all the time, man. One of my favorite acts, and he don't even do music no more for real. But hold on, what's up, Jack? But he don't need to do music no more for real. He saw that his fan base were going to shows he wasn't opening up for. So what did he do? He bought a U-Haul. He put his whole band in a U-Haul.
Oh, okay.
Generators, speakers, everything.
Whole
and
stream.
because they're in a U-Haul, the noise pushed. And the people that are waiting in line, so he backing this U-Haul up to the line and just playing. And people had to turn around like, what is this?
Yeah, what is this? Yeah.
And then before you know it, that was the show.
That was the show, yeah.
And people like, yo, how do I follow this? What do I, you know what I mean? And it converted. Before you know, he signed to Love Renaissance. You get what I'm saying? Like that level
That's
of thinking.
cool.
You feel
That's
me?
cool,
And think
yeah.
the U-Haul is what, $19 to rent? It's probably $100 total. But it's $19 to rent out front. Like,
Yes.
I mean,
It's
bruh,
nothing to go that way.
That's it, bro.
And you mentioned earlier about like doing this, digital release. And
Yeah.
Jay actually just posted on the on our live stream feed on Instagram. Everyone who tapped in tonight, screenshot this episode and receive 10% off your entire code.
Fire.
We love y'all, right? So why don't you think on that same thing and have everyone screenshot your digital and whether they favorite it and then tag you and show out so that maybe you can get a little physical back
Little
with
kickback,
screenshots from people showing love, and then you can take that digital and you can reshare and you can even take all, and it's just gonna be a screenshot of the same stuff, like it's really have the same image whether the song title is different, but you're gonna play it through of all the people that showed love, that sent you the screenshot however they chose to get it to you on their story, on a DM, whatever.
Facts.
And then you can get a little get back from that digital release, because I totally understand releasing digital, you really outside the metrics you don't really
It's
see
so
it.
weird,
it's
bro.
It's into the abyss.
It's so weird because I don't have there's no sweat in it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm so used to like feeling exhausted after campaigning because we've been outside, bruh, and we didn't have fun and we didn't talk shit and we didn't got some drinks and put up posters and talked to people and I done freestyled and brought out a speaker and rapped and jumped all around. Like, and now I just have a meeting, we put something out, and I gotta just look at numbers and just assume that this do well or not well, and then post-mortem, okay, so how do we make 20,000 impressions turn to 50,000, or how do we? It don't feel. I
real?
don't know, bro. It's not even real. It's just
it
don't feel like I earned anything.
Right. It's aggravating, bro. It's aggravating because
bro.
like as you're telling us this, like it's the same boat, bro. Like the music industry and the clothing industry is the same boat. Like, we do designs, we create things. It doesn't take as long to create a T-shirt as it does an album or a song, but once we're done with it, we're like, this is fire, bro. And then you throw it against the wall, and you throw it against the window, and like some of it just slips right off. You're like, what the fuck, bro? Like
I thought this was gonna smack.
Yeah, like I've got a feeling that this new Rodman shirt that we're doing.
Nah, bro.
Listen,
bro. The worm is crazy, man.
That
What's
worm
up with
shirt's
you, Breeze?
killing it, bro.
Bald head Breeze, my boy.
But that's the thing. That's gonna be our third Rodman shirt that we created, right?
Yeah.
The first one was fire. Like that one, I thought was gonna pick up steam. It did a little bit, but when it comes
That's
to
my favorite shirt, bro.
Well, I mean, when it comes to what we're doing, bro, like a lot of the stuff is just limited runs. It's not like we printed 10,000 of these shirts.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, I can't expect our shirt to go viral because we only made 100 of them.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
But it's like it's that FOMO is that what we're looking for? It's like, oh fuck, I missed that first Rodman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But this third Rodman that he has is so different that I love this one even more than that first one. You know what I mean? Because each
Exactly.
one's got its own style, bro.
Exactly. But the one thing that I do appreciate about y'all is the speed. You get what I'm saying? Something happens and y'all react so fast
In it, bro. I'm in it.
to like
In
when
it,
the
in
initial
it.
when the initial Bengals trifecta face thing came up.
I was there
Y'all
that
were
morning.
so fast on getting that pressed up because that was the I don't care this hard. And it was like, bing, hey, y'all, come get it. And it's like, Hawk Tour hit. Y'all dashed
That
to get
day.
the teacher.
Let's
That
go.
day
Less
had
than
it
less than
going.
12 hours after
Yeah,
she
bro.
said that, bro. It was out.
But it's like,
Yeah.
y'all, I just commend y'all on seeing the climate and jumping in there.
Yeah,
no
and
matter what it is.
we don't let it linger. That's the best part. Like the one thing that we do, like the Hawk Tua shirt, like we knew it was a cash grab.
Yeah.
But we're down here at the levee where we get so many out of towners that are like, oh, I fucking need this.
Yeah.
So we're like, hey, let's just drop this for 1 week,
Yep.
and then not print them again. You know what I mean?
And if it go, it go.
And
Go,
and
it go, right?
they
Yeah.
flew. They sold. We probably could have sold another 60 or 70 of those Hawk Tua shirts, but it's like we don't want to squeeze a lemon dry. Let's just make a good lemonade and then move on to the strawberry.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And
It
get
was like-
raspberry, get the blueberry. It's too much.
and that's the thing. Like with us, bro. Like my mind's running all the time. Like ideas are always coming through, and I'm good enough with the Photoshop where I can just throw some shit together, and then we've got the markers here. It's not like I've got to send this to another company to print something and say, hey,
No middleman.
Yeah, like we need 72 of these. For us, like I could print one and be like, the color's not right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This name needs the words need to be lowered just an inch.
Right. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's a lot of critiquing that we can do on our end that you wouldn't be able to get to do sending it out to a silkscreener, because
When
at
you
that
get the
point,
Harambe back and his eyes aren't right.
man,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
when you get the shirt back
and
from the
more-
screen printing, and
and
there's
yeah.
150 of them, or 112, or 100, or even 72, whatever. You get them back, and you're like,
Yeah.
man, this color didn't hit like we thought. And the person that's printing on their end, they're not thinking about any of that. They're just like printing whatever was given to them, and as the file shows. But you get it back, and you're like, damn, that did not hit right.
And there's no
going back.
There's no level of satisfaction like the proof. Once you get the proof T-shirt back, and because y'all get to see it, design it, press it, steam it, and then be like, here
Yes.
it is. And once you got it, it's like nothing. It's real. It's
Real.
a real tangible thing, man. And I don't know. It's very few art forms and careers where you can take something where y'all was sitting around talking about it and now you wearing it.
right?
You get what I'm saying? Like for me, I can be like even the thing with like I said with the living room with Vince session, I was like it'd be fire if we put our living room on the stage, because my idea was, where do most of our songs come from? Sitting in this living room, going back and forth, exchanging either horror stories or love stories or just life stories, and then we say, how can we make this rhyme? Like, how can we make our real life? That's my whole thing, making real life rhyme. That's me.
Yeah.
Like, and then when we come up with that way to make it rhyme, how do we make it palatable for the world to digest and be able to sing along with it and simplify it in a way where it's not gimmicky and it's not TikTok-y? Because I've never been for that. Like, that's really why I didn't like TikTok to begin with. I just started a month ago, and it still feels weird. Like, because I can't
Very
reduce.
clicky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't reduce what we do to a joke or a punchline
on
or
an
trend.
8-second scale.
Yeah, and then for the people who are successful at TikTok, then I'm talking to them. Only thing they're telling me is like, yeah, bro, more hashtags, more of that. And I'm like, I hear you, but it just don't feel. To me, if I see it and it's good, you should just like it. Why? Like, you should just like it.
Yeah, bro.
One time for the crib.
It's so aggravating, bro. Like working here, like being here and having all these kids come in, and then having this podcast stage. Like there was this 12-year-old kid that came in and he was like, "What do you guys do here? You guys film?" We're like, "Yeah, man, we interview. We do a podcast every Tuesday. We interview, business owners, whatever." He's like, "Who's the coolest? Who's the biggest person you got?" And that's always the question, And then, but this kid was like, "How many followers do you have?" And like, well, we got like, about 14,000 on Instagram. Like, YouTube's a little low. He's like, I've got like 28,000 on TikTok, and it's like, get out of the fucking store.
Yeah.
Leave.
Yeah.
Get out of here, bro. Like, you're 12 years old. Like, you don't like.
You have no idea.
Yeah. He's like, I got 28,000 followers on TikTok, and it's like, you never know which one of these little rugrats are gonna break wind when it comes to TikTok, bro. But
man.
it's like,
listen,
like this kid doesn't know a cheeseburger from a hamburger. But he's got 28,000 followers on TikTok, and he's telling me how to run business. And it's like, okay, bro, like hey man, I'm here for it. Like if any of you little kids can catch wind, just keep running with it. Take that kite and make sure it doesn't fall, right?
Dog, like the thing is, because the attention span is so cooked, you don't even know. You'll be hot Monday and trash Thursday, bro.
Oh, for sure.
It don't even matter. Like you think because them numbers is, you feel me? Like, oh man, I got all these people. They gonna love me forever. No, they don't.
Yeah.
No, they won't.
I mean, the crazy thing is like the mind mindset that happens when something goes viral. All of a sudden, like it like for me, like when something catches wind on Facebook or YouTube or or Instagram, I find myself checking it way more than I should. Like how many views now? How many views now? What's the monetization? How much am I making? It's like, bro, put the fucking phone down. Bro, stop doing that and just keep putting out content. Because
I understand why I didn't run ads to begin with, because running ads are the bane of my existence. To run an ad, to put a dollar amount and be like, hey, I'm expecting X amount of impressions, 20,000 impressions. And now my art ain't even based on if it's good or not. It's based off how many clicks per view and how many, like my shit. What robotic shit are you talking about? Like,
right.
Is it good or not? That's the only.
I think this is what is the difference between what you and I are talking about. I showed you earlier. I can't get any good music to play because I've got a business account.
That's crazy to me.
So, but my business account, like I don't have to pay for clicks anymore. Like if one of my reels goes viral, I'll check in monetization and it'll say, hey, you made $37 today.
Word.
You know what I mean? And it's like I didn't do anything other than either repost one of Kid Cudi's things,
right.
or repost somebody else's, or my own videos.
But you can't use no music though. Like that's
bro,
trash.
that is the most insane thing. Is like I can't get any good music to get behind, and like it's all fluffer music.
I looked up Beyonce and she wasn't on there. That zoned me out. I was like, Beyonce ain't on here.
I mean, there's nothing, bro. There's no.
Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
there's not even a Monty C Benjamin. And how do we make? Because obviously, like at this day and age, when you saw that I can't get a hold of anybody's music, the first thing you said is, how do I get Monty C on that side of the fence? And that's the same thing I'm thinking is like,
I'm
like
if
I was a musician, I would put it down to first gear instead of being in fifth gear trying to do 100 on the highway. I would drop it to 45 and figure out how to put it in the business spectrum, because the business accounts on Instagram probably have minimum 10,000, going all the way up to 100,000, but we can't use Travis Scott. We can't use Beyonce. We can't use Kanye. We can't even use Connor Price. I can't find Connor Price's music on Instagram at all for the Native Brands page. And he's an independent artist.
Yeah.
He's 100% independent, but
That's interesting. Yeah.
I can't play his music. The only good song, literally the only good song that I can play is this one right here. It's called In My Bag. It's not Money Bag, but it's
I don't make no mistakes. I'm coming for mine, and there ain't no one taking my place.
Oh.
Listen, I've taken some L's. Yeah, that means I lived and I learned. Now I got some money to burn. Why would I throw in the towel?
But
Swall was good.
that is the best song that I found on Instagram on my end, being a business page.
That's crazy.
And so I use that song. I've probably used that song 15 to 20 times. I've never heard that guy's music. I've never Googled him. I've never looked
heard
him up
nothing
on
past what
YouTube.
yeah.
I've never heard anything other than that song. But I'm promoting the shit out of this stranger because that's the one song that relates to what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I'm about to go crazy. I'm about to go. Listen,
You
I'm about
gotta
to learn
figure it
this
out.
because the thing is this for even like for synchronizing the lyrics, that was a really big thing of me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, you know, everybody that I know send each other lyrics, but because they're synchronized, you could just highlight what you want to send and then send it out. But I'm like, bro, how do I do this? Because I'm putting it on DistroKid and it's taking 2 months for my lyrics to sync. I said, what's the company that does this for them?
Right.
And we found it. So guess what? Made an account, submitted it. Now the next day, my lyrics are synchronized from everything from Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, Deezer. You know,
I was always wondering how they did that because it's so seamless. Being me clicking on that and not having to delete the first 15 seconds of intro to get to the song. It's like it just syncs up where like it knows that like my video like it's incredible, bro. Like AI is getting absurd at this point.
And the worst part is like we just getting started.
Just getting started. Pandora's box just opened, man.
Think about
Pandora's
think
box
about the
open.
Will Smith
Can't
spaghetti
close it.
video when y'all first saw it.
2
and
years
now
ago.
It's scary, bro.
Yeah.
It didn't even look human what he was doing. Now, by 2030, you won't know the difference. There will be no
by
difference.
like 2027, you're not gonna be able to know the difference.
Yeah,
I just saw a video of Donald Trump robbing a gas station, and
It's probably
it
real.
Looked, probably
He's hood. He's
it
hood.
looked real, bruh.
That's crazy.
And I said, but somebody just typed it in and it just did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Lupe Fiasco, A$AP Rocky, these people are just
That A$AP
pushing
Rocky video,
Bro.
dude. That A$AP Rocky video.
Taylor Swift.
You
Taylor Swift.
still ain't catch everything that happened in the video.
I catch about a third of what was going on. I was
Nah,
trying to
bro.
keep up.
You caught about a 12th.
Yeah,
Because
God.
I've seen that video about 20 times and
You still feel
Every time
I
you
saw
watch
the rat coming through the wall as he's walking through the fucking restaurant. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I
Wait
didn't
Maybe
see that before.
And like I was saying earlier when we were off camera, like it's so genius on his level because now you have to watch the video 3, 4, 5, 20 times
He's sixth sense that
bro.
shit, bro.
in order
Yeah,
to
bro.
even
He's
catch
sixth
on.
sense that
Yeah,
shit.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's exactly he sixth sensed it, and on top of it too is it's not like any of it was like hard to watch. It was so easy to watch. It was all so easy that the song almost felt like a back part of the song.
Yeah,
even though
bro.
it was,
That's
yeah.
the purpose.
Amazing.
And how
Amazing.
crazy is that? Because like when I first played that song at the house, like Kayla knows I'm a huge A$AP Rocky fan. So that song came out like within 38 minutes of it dropping. I was like, shit, A$AP's got a new song, and I threw it on, and I was just getting ready, so I wasn't watching the video. And Kaylin left the room, so I was like, all right, she's not feeling the music. And but I started watching the video. I was like, what the fuck was that,
Yeah,
bro?
What was that? Yeah,
What was
listen.
that? Was that just a fucking?
It's funny because I cut it on and start doing something, and it wasn't until I looked and saw the most out. I said, "Whoa.
Hold on, and then you
Wait.
gotta rewind
And
it
I had
30
to
seconds.
Start it from the beginning and watch it all the way through. And once I realized what was happening, I couldn't look away until it was done.
No,
And I'm like,
and
yo,
and the song ended up being like just like Andrew said, just a backtrack to the fucking shit that we were watching.
exactly,
Yeah.
man.
And I've watched the video. It dropped 2 days ago. I've watched it
Yeah.
at least 12 times.
Yeah, bro.
Just showing
it's
showing
that
people,
good, bro.
Just showing people.
just
yeah.
showing people because I'm like, you've got to see this.
Yeah.
And when I showed Andrew, Andrew's like, this is genius because I've got to show people.
Yeah.
I've got to watch it again to just to see
Yes,
what the
man.
fuck's
Yeah.
happening. It's like that's
It's
it.
genius from a marketing standpoint, genius from like an actual like intellectual standpoint. Like, hey, there's so much going on here. You're not gonna catch everything the first time, and I'm gonna make you watch it again because you might have just saw a rat come through the wall and you don't even know what you saw.
No idea.
And then all of a sudden they were like random people laying on the ground. And
Bro,
Instead of frying
dude had a
fries,
toe.
it was grenades.
Dude had a
What?
toe as
Yeah.
a foot.
One big toe instead
One
of
toe
instead
as
of
a
a
foot.
one toe is a foot.
He
Like,
had a double-sided front car. Like, but the thing is
Yeah.
this though. See, like, what people don't understand is that we went from rap acts and hip hop acts that were the focus was being technically skilled, and then we went from like technically skilled to commercially valuable, and then we went from commercially valuable and technically skilled people who, and sometimes you get a hybrid, but the aesthetically driven people, the Slick Ricks, that was one of the earliest aesthetically pleasing people. Every time you seen Slick Rick, he looked like something, like you can't look away. You see the change, you see the eye patch, you
Matching
see
the fit.
Yeah, exactly. And then you get your Run DMCs who understand that because aesthetics is running right now. Oh, let's put a product to this right here, and that's where Sprite comes into
Toes.
play.
Yeah.
That's where Adidas comes into play. And now we're at a point where you get an ASAP Rocky, where ASAP was such a bizarre phenomenon because this is a New York-based act that dresses West Coast, has a Midwest flow, and has a Houston influence in one act. So it's like,
Yeah, I like that.
that's that chemically breaking down. That's what it is. And
Dope.
then you get these
His style is not even like West Coast, bro. His style is like fucking
well, fashion wise, he was definitely pulling from a lot of the
West Coast thrift store. Like,
yeah.
Like it's like he's on another level.
But
when it
it's
comes to
just
fucking fashion.
it's all of it combined. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now we have these acts who are more aesthetic piece than artists. You get what I'm saying? Like they just have the look and the feel of what an artist should be, and not the sound or talent or drive. Because the machine is like, oh yeah, you look great. You got tattoos on your face. You got blonde hair or whatever. Run it, because they're gonna keep looking at you.
Right.
Just keep.
we
doing
can we can fix the voice.
Exactly.
We can fix the voice.
Yeah, so-
we can make you sound good.
What's that?
You know that's just crazy, bro. Like there was an artist that I'm actually grown really fond of. His name is Paolo Nutini.
Never heard
He's I think he's from Italy, man. He had a song called New Shoes, which was fire, like kind of like an upbeat, like it wasn't rap or anything like that. But when I heard him live, it sounded like he had a rubber band wrapped around his tongue, bro. Like
What?
You couldn't understand what he was saying. It sounded like he had a stroke. It sounded like his tongue was tucked under, where he was like. It all sounded so crazy, and I was just like, how the fuck did Capitol Records or whoever it was find this guy and say, we're going to make you a household name, even though like you've got this, it's not even a lisp, bro. It's like a missing tongue. It sounds like he doesn't have a tongue in his mouth.
Yeah.
And I still love Paolo Nutini. I think he's great. He's an alcoholic. But it's one of those things where you've got like, you know, the Capitol Records or any of these big conglomerates that are just going, we can fix that.
Yeah.
Right? Until
yeah.
they go on tour. And then when they go on tour, the numbers aren't hitting and they don't know why.
Boy, listen.
You know, because of the fact that they're either A, they're drugged out of their mind, or B,
they're not
that
signed to
they
Live
don't
Nation.
sound anything like they did on the album, bro.
They did not. Yeah. And the thing is, it's like the auto-tune gangsters, like the people who spend so much time doing the auto-tune, then you got to perform it live, and then you don't have enough money to pay your engineer when you're touring.
So you got to
put
use that fake
so you gotta do
auto-tune
that.
and
You
it
sound
ain't
like-
hitting right.
You sound like a seal dying.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of people crash and burn like that. I come from the era, man, where like we practice in the living room like Mike Jackson and them did in the hotels.
Right.
And we like we need to be able to move and project properly into the microphone and not be able to sound winded, not be able to miss our words, our cues where we need to be, and hit the diamond on the stage so every part is hit. And it's like people don't do that. But the thing is this though, when most of the labels are eating each other and we're down to what 2-3 labels and that's it. There's no time to develop artists unless you're a mom and pop, unless you're a TDE, unless you're a Dreamville, unless you're it's so many other small spots. But the big dogs, they're not doing nothing. You need to already be viral, already have the look, already have a plan, already have your stuff, and all they're doing is putting gasoline to the fire that you already started.
Right.
That's it.
To grab half.
Yeah, to
grab half.
Like, literally.
Yeah, to grab
and if you
half.
would have stayed independent, you would have kept most of the money. But they're like, nah, like you want to be famous, right? And it's like, boy, listen.
You want that you want that $1 million contract, and we'll put you on tour, and then you'll just pay us back
and drown, bruh.
Yeah.
And drown. I can't go.
I mean, even if Cardi B is not even be able to sell out shows, like she's having to cancel a bunch of shows, right? Was it Cardi B that I just saw?
Sexy Red.
Sexy Red, yeah, Sexy Red.
Sexy Red.
So,
but even that has its own context to it, because she's with AG Entertainment, which is a black-owned entertainment company, who are doing shows that are not with Live Nation. So Live Nation is a get down or lay down kind of scenario. Where they're like, hey, you're gonna do these tours with us, or get into our artist pool where we're getting a piece of what's going on.
Rolodex.
You're right, because if you do the show here, then we could give that service fee and that fee and that service tax and that all of the other stuff. But she's like, we're not doing that. We'll do all of the smaller venues before we do that. And
those smaller venues they're gonna thrive, bro. Like Megacorp.
Yeah.
So Megacorp is right over here in Newport, Kentucky, right across the street from
where Big Daddy's
Icon.
was at, yeah.
And that's all Live Nation over there, right? So
Yeah.
like what I've learned in the past fucking 6 to 12 months is, like, Live Nation, like, they've got their hands on basically Capitol Records. They've got a Rolodex, and they just keep bringing them through. But Megacorp is bringing fucking people in that I've never even heard of, bro, and they're selling out because of the fact that Megacorp has their ear to the ground. They're not Live Nation. They're not just going, pay us the fee. How many followers do you have? If you pass our 5 steps, then you're in our Rolodex.
Yeah.
Megacorp's over here going, they've got the ear to the ground going, okay, EDM is still big in the city, right? So what EDM musicians or DJs can we bring in? And they bring these people in, and it's like, I've never heard of them, but all of a sudden it's
line
like
down the street
that day, like everybody's here just waiting for that concert. And it's like, I don't even know who it is, but like, it's so amazing seeing a company like Megacorp that says, look, we're gonna compete against Live Nation, because like Live Nation is obviously, everybody wants to be in the Live Nation Rolodex. Like once you're in the Live Nation Rolodex, it's like you're cruising, right? You're just smooth sailing at that point, because
you're in the pool.
You're in the pool. They're gonna tap you in. They're gonna
next up.
You'll be perfect opener for this person, that person. But Megacorp is like,
you're searchable.
This is the band before Live Nation. This is the band before Ticketmaster. Like they've been doing really well at booking these things, man, and it's impressive to see. You know, obviously, like because they both got together at the same time, like Live Nation and Megacorp. They were both building their shit around the same time. And then when I started seeing all the delegating of the bands that are coming here and the bands that are coming there, I was like, fuck, I wish Icon would have been in Newport.
Yeah.
6 months later, I'm like, bro, I'm so glad that Megacorp is in Newport and not Icon, because of the fact that they're bringing in the up-and-comers. They're bringing in the disruptors that are coming in. And
I just seen they got my boy, that Mexican OT over there. He about to rock out. And they don't even know, like, he got a following, man. Like, he built it. They build it.
And they know. They know he's got a following. That's why, like they're so smart on knowing the next up. There. You know, like, they should have just named that place Batter Up, bro. Like, for real. The on deck circle.
I was surprised at the name choice, because, like, what they were trying to do. Like, I knew they were competing.
It wasn't Megacorp when we first opened. What was it? That's crazy that it's already fucking gone.
I don't even know.
Because it wasn't Megacorp. Yeah. And like, Megacorp sounds, to me, that sounds like something that the Minions would put together, or something like a Pixar movie would.
Yeah.
Like it got some real dark theme music behind it.
Yeah.
Or something.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Like a
But
quarter.
like the venue is phenomenal, bro. Like the inside of the venue reminds me of Hard Rock in Chicago. Actually, how it's like,
Word.
it's almost like what do you call those things that you see in the country that have all the corn? Silo.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
silo.
It's like a silo for music, because there's like 3 levels, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like, it doesn't go deep back, because once you get past the circle, you got the bar and everything
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
right.
it goes straight up, where it's like 3 levels where you can see a balcony or a balcony 2. Like that's the same shit that was like Hard Rock or not the Hard Rock. It was the House of Blues in Chicago.
Yeah,
House of
yeah.
Blues
Oh,
out
yeah,
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. House of Blues, SOBs, the Tabernacle in Atlanta. Like that was a whole, but their whole thing is like pit based. So it's like they got a really big pit. They got 2 bars, and
Yeah.
then above it is
And then bing, and then bing,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
perfect, dude.
Yeah,
It's perfect for like a 4,000 person venue.
Yeah, bro. But the thing is, man, like I
It's perfect for a 600 person venue, because if you don't sell any seats, you can still have the pit, and it
it'll
still looks full.
look great. Yeah, yeah. Well, my whole thing is like, it hurt my heart because when we started out, Bogarts was free reign, and we could contact somebody. So like, when Warren G got here, I did get a call. When Juicy J was here, I did get a call. But it's like, now there are acts that it makes no sense that I didn't get a call, but I'm not in their pool, so
Right.
of course I didn't get a call. And it's like, I'm frustrated because that's a stage we need to utilize, because we have the manpower and the level of expertise to do those kind of performances.
Right.
And we can't do it. Now, granted, thank God for Madison Theater. Thank God for, Radio Artifact and the
Big
other
Frank in the building.
Big amount.
Big Frank's gonna be able to fucking fill some shoes after
Yeah, man.
this conversation, because
For sure.
there's a lot of not skin on the game, but like dollars that
There's
Live
a-
Nation
yeah,
is
there's
is walking over.
There's an open scene now. We don't really have a consistent music scene anyway, so it's kind of like
It's just
open for the-
fragmented, bro.
Yeah, it's open for the taking, man.
It's just
open-
fragmented.
It's
Like,
open
we
to be
got
built.
scenes, it's
Their
just
scenes
a-
are just all separated.
Yes.
Amongst different little parts of the tri-state.
Yeah.
But there was a time when the scene was thick and every show packed out, regardless of the artist, because they knew the location brought quality.
But we had better agreements then too.
Yeah,
It's way
much different,
now,
much
bro.
different now. Yeah,
like
yeah.
like when Live from Lantana was doing Madison Theater, bro. That's just putting all of the favorites together. It's the Avengers. Of course we gonna sell out. Of course it's gonna be 1,000 tickets sold or whatever. But now it's like, you do that same act. Everybody want to negotiate different. Everybody's in different spaces. Some people can't bring the same amount of people they could bring 10 years ago. Some people who couldn't bring them tickets then are crazy selling out now. You know what I'm saying? And then these acts are hybrids now. So they're promoters and they're acts. So it's like they want to get paid more money because they're hitting the ground with the fan base. And now it's just different, bro. Like back in the day, the promoters, we had to rely on the promoters to be our spokesperson.
Yeah.
We're our own spokesperson now.
Yeah.
If I got a crazy show happening, or I need X amount of tickets sold, I gotta be the person and bring that. I can't rely on nobody else to do that unless you're a part of our collective already. That's it. So it's just it's just way, way, way different, man.
It is different.
But-
But I do think there is room for the difference than what it's now to have a sense of what used to be. Just you have to go about it in a more intentional way with your promotion. And I think other artists, if they banded together like the Avengers, like you just mentioned, if we did go about it in like a collective idea where we're gonna put this on, we're gonna bring everyone together, because that's why I kind of do mixed genre shows, like my birthday show, which that might be one you can jump on maybe next year. That'd be fun, dude.
Yeah,
we do a
I'll
whole
rock.
hip hop show upstairs on the rooftop at Madison Live.
Yeah, I rock, man.
It'd be-
We bring the
it'd be dope.
band up there,
Dude,
have a ball.
Bro, it'd be so much fun. But I do multi-genre, so I can bring the multi-scenes into the same building, because otherwise, most of the time shows are similar vibes. But I want to take everyone, metal, rock, country,
Yeah,
hip-hop,
man.
all into one roof, and we just have a birthday show.
Yeah, I'm
It's a
about
birthday show.
variety shows.
Yeah,
man.
me-
That's
yeah, me
my-
too, me too.
Those are some of my favorite shows, variety and shows that we threw together ourselves. You feel me? But I'm about the experience, bro. Like I just want people to
Same.
be able to
Same.
talk about I ain't never seen no show like this. You know how hard it is to say that now because we've seen so much stuff. We've seen people put holograms on screens. Childish Gambino just threw one of the best tours ever. But if you didn't pay that,
man, I wish I would have gone to it, bro.
This man invested. I don't even know how much money he invested in the ceiling. He wanted the ceiling to look like it was falling.
That's crazy.
On you.
Did you went to the show in Columbus?
My dog, TJ went. Man, he literally gave me the whole rundown. Famous, what's happening? But literally showed me all of the stuff. Put Yeet on the screen and made it look like Zordon from Power Rangers. Like
that's
crazy, bruh. And it's like we are running out of acts that care that much about production. And for us, we are one of the handpicked few that are local and care that much about production, that purchase a smoke machine, that purchase LED lights, that has a lighting company that is like, yeah, just let me know what you need, man. If you need, you feel me, what you need, a wall, screens, whatever, like let's make it happen and let's make it real. And it can work with our actual budget versus trying to price us out because, you know, we're not Tory Lanez or whoever. Like, you feel me? But choreography, whatever we need to put on that stage to leave a lasting impact on a person that purchased a $30, $40 ticket, I want them to feel like this was worth every nickel. You get what I'm saying? And that's what, and then when we have the control, we can curate who's going to be there and what music is being played so we can keep people in the mindset of like, nah, man, this is quality music, man. Like, but for me, it's just human, like vulnerability and people being like, yo, I feel like I had a breakthrough watching this. Like, we laughed, we cried, everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I want in a concert. You know what I'm saying? But, like, if it's not Childish Gambino, Vince Staples, Kendrick Lamar, Kid Cudi, Tiana Taylor when she was doing it, Beyonce when she does it, like, it's very, 10 people. That's it.
Right.
Outside of that, bro, either you can't afford it or you don't care.
Right. You know what, man? I wish I would have gone to it, man. Childish is one of my favorite music artists. You know, it's
the Renaissance man. Like,
you know, Childish, Kid Cudi, like it's all in the same realm, right? It's all very similar music. But when it comes to Childish Gambino, it's not just his music that I like. The dude's a fucking killer actor, bro. Like Atlanta's fire. Yeah. That whole Bando Stone shit that he's doing right now. Like, that new album is fucking ridiculous, bro. Like,
it is. Like everything everywhere.
Like every single song is completely different. He's like, I want to do rock on this one. You know, I want to do fucking hip hop on this one. And so he just changes it up.
He did a song where he did a Young Thug impression with the most craziest swing on it, put Yeet sounding like an alien, and wrapped it all up with this high-pitched, nearly distorted, screamy, like, who cares that much, bro? Like, nobody cares that much.
There's only a couple albums that sound good on record, bro.
Yeah, bro.
And
Awaken My Love is another one he did, man. I had to buy the vinyl. I'm like, this is
I've got all of Childish's vinyl albums, bro. And I've got the, you know, I'm a big vinyl guy, bro. But like, you know, like most of my vinyls, like Frank Sinatra, Stevie Wonder. You know,
the ones
like old school shit, yeah. But then like there's a couple like whenever Gambino comes out with a new album, it's like I've got to get it. Like Campfire is one of my favorite record albums, but just because of the fact that like I can put it on and just let it play. Like that's the one thing about albums, right? Is like you can't skip songs. Nope. So it's got to roll. So like Blueprint, Jay-Z's Blueprint is a fire like vinyl to have at the house because you can just let it roll.
You wanna know something that I gathered? So I went to clearly because I got the shirt. I went to the Isaiah Rashad tour and when he was at Bogarts, and the decision that I made when I woke up that day was not only was I going to meet him, but he was going to sign my vinyl. Because I bought the vinyl the day it dropped.
Dope.
It probably didn't even have the money to buy it, but I bought it. And I just was like, I bought this because I know he's going to sign it. Mm-hmm. And we went to so he did a tour that didn't come here. So I was like, well, I mean, I tried. But then they said, we're going to do one more leg and we're going to stop at Cincinnati. So I said, we're going.
Yeah.
And I got it. I had a marker in my pocket. But I kept checking it. Like, all right, I kept checking it. All right, it still works. Boom. We go to the concert. I tell everybody, like, yo, I'm getting this signed tonight. They're like, you're not getting that signed tonight. Everybody has a vinyl. Like, everybody in the front has a vinyl. They're not getting it signed. I met all the openers, Ray Vaughn, everything. I never mosh pitted in my life because one, my body ain't even conditioned to mosh pit no more.
Fair.
But I'm mosh pitting, and my body hurt. I lost my reading glasses, everything. But I'm like, it does not. I don't care what happened. I'm getting it signed. So the concert ends, and then I start thinking like, wait, the way you get it signed is you go around the back because the acts eventually have to go around the back. That's what we did. Luckily, when we back there, it's only 9 other people there. So his brother pops out, sees that we out there. I'm talking to him, and he like, hey, you want that vinyl sign? I'm like, yeah. He like, hold on. Went and got him. Like, stop what you doing. Come here. He said, yo, sign this for my dog.
This motherfucker's been carrying around since 8.
Bro,
sign
I've
this
been
bitch.
holding a vinyl like this with my life depending on it.
Yeah.
The marker's dry because I've been checking it every day. Every. So he says, man, I'll be right back. I already chalked it up to I'm not getting it signed.
Yeah.
Saudi.
He went to grab it.
But I'm thankful for the interaction.
He
comes
went and
back
grabbed
with
another
a
fucking
bigger
Sharpie.
marker.
Yeah.
Signed the entire album.
That's
then
tight.
Ray
Beautiful.
Vaughn signs the album.
Hey,
This
yeah.
take a $60 vinyl to a $245 vinyl.
Right.
And granted, I'm still not going to sell it because it's my novelty thing. And I got to not only talk to him and tell him my story and everything. He's like, "Yo, what's your Spotify like?" No, I
Tapping
didn't.
in. He's probably
Follow
listening.
me.
He's probably listening to your shit
Bro,
when he's on vacation.
They have a group chat. They shared it. I went from, I think I was under a 200 monthly listeners or something. I was at 3,000 monthly listeners. Like that whole month going. Now,
Real recognize real, bro. You know what I mean?
I could not wrap my brain. I said, we made it happen. And he was like, I'm tapping in with you. Like and then I inboxed him, just post everything and just showing, tagging him in my vinyl. He's like, I'm glad I met you.
Yeah.
And like that, you do not. There's a lot of people that come here. We just saw Lucky Day. Lucky Day didn't want to meet none of us. Lucky Day literally jumped in the car like he was Michael Jackson with the cover over his face. Like, but it's cool. Like that was such a dope experience, and to know like people within their collective already is aware of what we do and follow me and look at what we doing, and they show love. And I'm like, we're that many degrees of separation from successful people,
right,
that can change our lives, but we have to be the change here for them to be like, hey, bring them out here.
Yeah.
They moving around there. But we have to be enthusiastic about the community and building. And once they see us building, it'll call and it'll happen.
Well, I mean, at the same time, he is only 1 degree of separation away from you, right? Because, you are where he was a year ago.
Exactly.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, like, shout out to him for
Real recognize real, just like you
real
said.
recognize real, bro.
It's a straightforward thing because anytime you go through the grind and you've made it out on top, and then you see someone doing the same thing, you're like, it feels good to help. You know what I mean? On any level. So if you know that you can do it and you know that they're going to go in a trajectory that you can really impact, it's very easy for them to be like, hey, man, it doesn't any sweat off my back to help this guy out. And then all of a sudden in the future, now all their fans are probably going to jump onto his. Like, there's some back scratching. There's levels to it. There's back scratching on both ends of things. I've always been a big fan of the larger bands putting on the smaller bands. I was always confused when these venues would have these big shows and have no local openers. I never understood
that rubs me the wrong way every time I see it.
Every time they're like. I mean, it happens at every venue from...
Y'all bring Nas here and don't bring our version of Nas here? That's stupid.
Yeah, you got to have the local openers because they're what fueling that scene every single day. And then the big artists are coming in to just do a little drop of it, and then they're moving on to the next city.
Yeah,
the local openers are the ones that are really making the scene.
And there's a lot of people that are
Give
like,
it life.
my homie's opening up for Nas, right? My homie's opening up for Talib Kweli. Like, I've got to be there. Like, my boy's opening up for Talib. I've got to be there.
Yeah, otherwise they would never go.
Yeah.
Because
Bro,
the tickets
they
would be
literally literally that'd be the difference between them spending $50 on the ticket and not. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? That's why I appreciate any of these venues that are picking up acts and putting local acts with them, bro, because that's the last little piece we got, man, before this monopoly take over everything and we ain't got nowhere to perform but the street. And it's like, nah, like for me, shit, you will see, man, look, if all else fails, I'll be throwing loft parties. I'll be
Yep.
just a loft party with 100 people in
Bro,
it.
we'll do
and
lab
that'll be the
parties,
only
bro.
people that I serve, and y'all will only see me on YouTube and then and in person at the parties, and that's it. I don't care, because that I'll make more money doing that than I'll ever make sitting on a big stage where I don't get paid anything because I'm part of the pool, but y'all get the service fee and y'all get the extra fees and y'all get all of that, and then y'all did the liquidated sales, so the people are here, but I ain't getting no money from it. I'm not.
Yeah.
I never.
So how do you?
Some
So,
tickets
so
at
how do you?
20% off, you know?
How do you get past that point, man? Because there is a very how would you explain it? Like growing pains, right?
Yeah.
From becoming like an artist that's at the top of the food chain here in Cincinnati, and then an artist is going on tour, and you're like, hey, I want to tour with that artist, right?
Yeah.
So that artist is like, dope, come be a part of it, but you're gonna have to pay $2,500 to open for me, right?
Yeah.
And that, so you're betting on yourself at that point, and it's like, how do you get to that point where you can still eat? Because when it comes to being a local music artist, you still got your day job, you still
Right.
got to pay your bills, you still
Right.
got a family, you still got kids to feed,
You got 7
and,
jobs.
and now, okay, so you can go on tour with Talib, for a month, which is a month away from your job, a month away from your family, a month
Yeah.
away from your kids. You paid to be on the tour, but how do you make the money back?
Yeah.
And that's one of those things where it's like you've got to be so confident in the product that you're selling.
Yeah.
That, hey, I know that Talib's fans are gonna want to buy my clothes. They're gonna want to buy
Yeah.
my music. They're gonna want to download my shit.
You have to give the most dynamic opening performance of your life every night.
Right.
One. And two, I think the thing is, like I said, like you have to be a man of many hats now. So
many hats
so-
at this day and age, bro.
Yeah. So let's say, for example, right? So like, let's say Ray Vaughn or Isaiah Rashad, they do one more tour, and they like, hey, yo, pick up homie from Cincinnati, boom, boom. And they like, yeah, I'm going to do that, but I can't, like, because most headliners are not paying for your room and board. They're
For
not
sure.
paying for nothing. They're
Unless
just
they're-
allowing you to be on their stage.
Right.
So you have to figure out from city to city what's happening. Yeah? You have to figure out from city to city what's going on. So for me, I have to be savvy and smart enough to build real relationships city to city. So for example, if we're doing if they're doing 30 dates and I'm only doing 6 of those 30 dates, and these 6 dates that I'm doing, I need to be able to be like, who do I know in Chicago that I can stay at their house because I can't afford to stay in a hotel? Then what DJs do I know out of there to where I could go to the radio and start promoting my stuff to where I could get people to spark up that I'm in their city.
Right.
Then who do I know in the actual street that could be like, hey, yo, man, that boy Monty from Cincinnati, he come in here like, y'all want to feature? Da, da, da.
He's
It
gonna
costs
be here
this much.
tonight, yeah.
Exactly. Let's break
Yeah.
bread. Boom, boom. If I'm in the street and if I'm in a nightlife, then how many people can I talk to get inside of these clubs so I can host and make some money? So now I'm making money from hosting. I'm making money from drops. I'm making money from freestyles that I'm doing for features. Then I'm making money from merchandise. Then I'm making, but it's like that's a lot of leg work, and that's not counting the show.
Right.
Counting the show.
Yeah.
It's not counting
Yeah.
the rehearsals. That's not counting.
Which is the main bread and butter. That's what you're there for.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you have to be able to see the all profit possibilities and be able to have the
Capitalize,
relationship,
yeah.
have the relationships, because you can know all the ways to make money, but do you know the people to make the money?
Right.
You feel me? Because there are certain places like Detroit. It's a no-fly zone for a lot of these acts, especially acts that are trying to pull up, swipe a lot of money, and leave. You're not going to be able to do that in Detroit. You're going to be able to have to check in with somebody, trick, whoever, and be like, yo, I'm trying to do this X, Y, and Z here. Can I do it? And if there's a no, or there's a tax, or there's whatever it is, you got to either pay that or not do it at all.
Right.
Or do your show, sell your merch, and go. And sometimes you can't even sell merch there. There's some places that we're like, they're not trying to pay us that much. Like, it's a 6-piece band, bro. You're trying to pay us $1,500 for a 6-piece. I have to split $1,500 6 ways and not sell merch and hope to God I can eat the. What? Like, what?
Right.
Then we practiced for a month doing this, meaning that I've been at somebody's place for 3-4 hours perfecting the songs, going over transitions.
For $175.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about here?
Right.
You feel me? And then I sound delusional if I say I need $5,000. So it's like, you get what I'm saying? Like, we have to be realistic, like just on the numbers and pay, like my objective is to make sure that the acts that we deal with in our collective are paid adequately and fairly based off the work that we putting in. It's eat what you kill, and we should just get back to that. I feel like everybody's so used to instant gratification, they don't want to kill nothing but want to eat everything,
Right.
and it don't make sense. Like how?
I mean,
The math isn't math.
It's crazy to
The math's
think.
not mathing.
Like
Yeah.
from what I'm hearing, it's like you have to spend all of your money up until you make it, and once you make it, then
Yeah.
But then you're not spending anymore.
Then you're not spending
Then you're
anything.
getting stuff for free from people.
for sure.
But even with that, bro, like everything is a window. So like say the next record we put out goes viral, right? 100 million, whatever the fuck, like, and everybody's calling and all these offers are happening. I have realistically a month to figure that out. I have a month to figure out every offer that's given to me by a label. I have a month to figure out every person that is a fan, isn't a fan, delineate between the people who are going to reach out to me and say, yo, man, I like what you're doing, or let's do it on the TikTok, or let's whatever. And then I have to decide, am I charging you or am I doing it for free? Sponsorships, does this align with the brand that we're doing currently? Does this align with what we're doing in the future? Like, how can doing this for free make me money later? And it's like all of these decisions that I have to make off one little thing. And say if I miss all the windows, back to normal, start over from beginning with nothing. And it's crazy.
Right.
And imagine doing that for a decade.
A decade.
And then within that decade, you don't go viral every year.
Right.
So you go mini viral, and you trying to figure out, how do I turn this 20,000 to 100,000? Like, you don't want to keep having to do that, man. It literally makes you not want to do music no more. I get why people are like, man, I'm about to work at UPS and call it a day.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Like, I get it, bro.
And I think the idea of like a struggling artist, a starving artist, or whatever you can go with that. I think that is something that there's like a level of expectation that the artist is going to starve until the artist is now being fed a feast, because they're going to go from nothing to everything maybe overnight, maybe
Some do.
maybe some do. And then I think
Shout out to Southside Vic. He overnight, bro. He went from less than 1,000 monthly listeners, bro, and trying to give away a $5 feature to On the Radar freestyles, and now he's 300,000 here, 20,000 monthly listeners, literally overnight.
Good on him.
But guess what? Now you got to get a manager. Now you got to get somebody to delineate what makes the most sense for the brand. Now, and guess what? You only got so much time before they're like, all right, we done with that. What else you got?
Yeah, right.
And that's
right.
crazy. You could give your life in an album. What else you got, bro?
Yeah, right.
like-
and you're like, I just poured my whole entire.
I just gave you 30 years worth of work. And you like, what else you got, bro? That's
Right.
cool.
That's cool.
What else you got?
Right, we're moving on to the next one. Who's the next
So
up
you
and
gotta
coming?
have tough enough skin.
Tough enough skin, and you have to have a plan. You have to think. You have to think on step 3, 4, and 5 while you're on 1 and 2.
Yeah,
You know what I
man.
mean? I mean, I'm literally living in that real time with Beyond the Stage. Like, I've got big plans starting in November, December, and January to do new launches
Yeah.
of interview series and different stuff. And I'm promoting a September event with a band called Spirit Board, which is September 26th at Madison Live. It'll be a great time.
Come on now.
Yeah, man. But
Good plug.
but we're having to plan, and we're having to go real focused and short interview content focused, and other ways to prepare for the next step, the next phase, as we're calling it.
Yeah.
And having to think that way. I mean, we do these whole events. I build up everything for this one event. It comes and goes, and it's just quiet. It's crickets, and you're like, all right, well, what's next? I have to continue to push myself because no one's going to do it for me. There's no one.
Nope.
No one in my corner other than my 2 guys that are running my live stream and my video. Other than that, no, everyone's just waiting for the next thing. And if they're even not waiting for the next thing, I don't know. I just know I got to put it out there.
Know, yeah.
I don't know. I just know the artists have a great time at the events. The fans have a great time. And then people are like, we're going to follow this and follow this. But it's monthly. So there is a little downtime that you have to. I start promoting our sponsors because I have sponsors that help me, that allow the events to happen in the first place. But the sponsors are huge because they're not in the music industry. There's a cleaning company, a clothing brand, people that print clothes, a lawyer, and then a company that sells plants. So all these different companies are all really hoping that I market to new people. and they have their own skin in the game. The people that are watching the show have a small skin because now they're invested because they've seen an event live. So like, oh, maybe we should go to the next one. So we might have a little bit of that.
Word.
But really, most time it's just cold calling. It's cold. It's out there. Just support us. Come out to the event. And I do that every month, and it's a start over every single time.
I'll say back to the
basics every time.
But the thing around that is this, right? So we just have to be aware of building the subscriber base, bro. Like, because that's the whole thing. We start over from the beginning because the data that's slipping through our fingers every show. There are people that are attending this show and enjoying themselves, and we don't know their number, name, birthday, marital status, financial income, nothing.
Right.
And the thing is, you want to be able to get that information without feel like you're siphoning the information or prying for the information, because that doesn't feel human. But you don't want to sit there and make them go through a 30-minute interview in order to get the information either. So like, we have to find an interactive, simple, and effective way to get this information. So when we are because great example, imagine somebody shows up, you don't even know it's their birthday, but if you would have had the information, you'd be like, happy birthday, we're giving you this ticket for free or 10% off or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or we're throwing you a t-shirt off the love. Just show up.
Right.
Boom. Collect it at will call. Boom.
Right.
But it's like, without that all these companies, every company I've sat down with that's not, mom and pop or from the mud, these companies don't care about nothing but asses and seats and numbers and analytics.
Asses and seats.
So when I sit down, only thing I can show you is I have X amount of fans that purchase this much product, content, t-shirts, tickets, fanny packs, whatever it has my name, logo, or likeness on it, and I want to do it with y'all. And it's like, can y'all help me in XYZ amount of weight, or can I get a check for this so I can make this look this level and put y'all name all over the wall or whatever. So it's like, but I don't know. It's
spread the flowers around.
Yeah.
And I do think they're like with the show, I give out there's handbills. I don't give them out. They're actually sitting in like this bin.
Yeah.
I also have a Q&A card so they can ask questions on the live stream, because it is live streamed, is recorded, so you can watch the whole show from home. But there's a Q&A card, you write questions at the live show, and then there's a handbill that has our QR to our Instagram and the QRs to the artists, the featured artist that's on the stage performing, and then I have an art vendor that also is an art show at the same event. So both are QRs. You can go to their Instagrams, their social media, and check out what they're doing online. So there is ways to interact, and it is interactive to a degree, but that is only for the maybe 30, 40, 50 people that are in the room.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then we have like the sponsor, like we have on the live stream, we have little like just images that show you what the sponsors and the artist and everything that's a part of the show that we pop up whenever I mention them, because I am on the stage with the artist. We are having a conversation together, and
but you also MD in it too.
Exactly. So I am putting out this information, letting people know what's going on, and I do my due diligence. But it's only for the ears that are paying attention and intentionally paying attention, and they do exist. But I don't know who's paying attention. I don't know any of the information.
Blind, bro.
I just throw it out there and let them take it if they care, and if they're choosing to tune in, I would assume they do care. Why waste their time unless we're giving the information,
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's so much information to digest that what is important to them and what is passive information. So really knowing that, and then I really like make a hard stop. Like, I want to talk about our sponsors real quick.
Yeah.
This time is dedicated to them. We'll get back to the conversation in a second.
And you got to keep doing that.
I go.
Because,
I reinforce, brand recognition.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that. I mean, we've done 12 events. We've done a full year worth of them, which is very exciting. We hit that mark.
And that's a good milestone, bro.
Dude, it is a great.
It's
it
a
feels
lot
great.
of people who can't get an idea off the ground because production is tough. Running a show is tough. And then when you are running a show, hosting a show, marketing a show, setting up and breaking down a show, and then having to post-mortem it, that's so much for one person to do.
It is. I do it. I've done the shows for a long time, and I'm confident in my abilities to successfully curate a show and make it a good time. And on top of it, make it so you don't even know who put the show on until you see the guy on the stage talking to him. You're like, is that the person doing it?
Get your Russell Simmons on.
Right. You know what I mean? Exactly. But I recognize how hard it is, and I embrace that. And I also I thrive under pressure, so I really love having pressure moments, and
Yeah.
makes diamonds. My pipes aren't breaking in this case. I'm making diamonds, and I recognize that. And at the end of the day, like, I don't know what's going to come of this. I don't know what the goal is, to maybe one day get picked up by a big media company, and then we can do the show on a mass level and on a huge stage. And I do the same show because the setting up of the show is harder than anything.
Yeah.
The show itself, I have a great time. I don't even think about that hour and a half that we're sitting on stage having the talking part is the easy part. You know what I mean? I'm doing these podcasts weekly, so I'm really in the conditioned format to know what's going on.
You locked
But
in.
to set up the show, to build up, I make canvases for the artists. I give them gifts. I
time
do.
for Mondo.
Shout out for sure. And I feel that all the work will always pay off, and it's paid off already just from my own sheer happiness that I was able to share the stage. I've done vocals with artists I've performed with them. I've gotten artists to shed tears from some questions I've asked. I really dive into things that I would care about as an artist, and I understand that they're not getting asked those every single day. So just taking that unique version of journalism and just kind of spinning it and making it good for the artist and the people watching at the same time. And you can ask questions on the show. You can also get your information.
Yep.
Why does this song mean so much to you? Why did you write it?
Yep.
Let us know.
Real fruits of your labor kind of
Exactly, for the
vibes. I got
artist.
you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
and that's
for
where
sure,
we're at, man.
for sure.
I can't wait to get you on.
Bravo to you,
Yep.
man. Real talk, because that takes a lot, bro. And you got to really be passionate about the process and end result in order to, like, do it effectively, man. Because something like that, you could do it great the first time and be like, bro, I don't feel like doing it like that no more.
Right, no,
You feel me? Like,
yeah.
Or is it an easier way to do this? Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. I don't cut corners, though.
Nah.
He's had a lot of experience doing it though, bro. Like he's been doing this for a long time, so it's really cool to see all of it kind of falling into place, because it's starting out a radio artifact. Not radio artifact.
Madison Live?
No,
Or
tickets.
Ticket. Oh, yeah, tickets. Yeah, Ticket Sports Cafe.
Yeah.
What was
It was Coda. Coda was upstairs. We built that. Yeah.
Like seeing, because I remember going to like Tickets in Covington. It was a dope ass like little spot that would have great music locally. It would have local music there. And being a part of that, seeing that you were a part of that, and then moving your way up the food chain and going to Madison Live, and then Big Frank buying that, bro. Like,
Huge.
I know it's got to be a headache for him right now, because he's got a mansion and he's got nobody hanging out right now. You know what I mean? You just bought this big house and you're like, I want to throw a fucking party, bro. Like, I want to throw a party, but like, after listening to you guys like bounce the ball back and forth, like, I really feel like there is a huge opportunity for Big Frank to take Madison and to put it into the stratosphere of Megacorp and do these things that's getting those eyeballs. And you just have to keep your ear to the ground and know, like, what, if you can hold 700 people, like what new artists that are coming up that
I want to sit down with Frank. I ain't gonna lie, we got some ideas, but
I mean, seriously, bro, like he's such a good dude too. That
he was willing to listen to me. Like when I sat down with him, this was Freddie Gibbs. Like just trying to pick his brain, man. And most people in his position do not want to sit down.
Out of sight, out of mind, bro. Talk to me on Monday type shit.
Yeah, especially of show.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man.
Talk to me on Monday.
I don't want to do that. He was just like, no, like you feel me? Like, he's just really insightful and really, he's just willing. He's just a willing person. Like, yeah, let's do it.
He's tapped into the city. That's the biggest thing about Big Frank, is he knows that the city is what makes these venues thrive. And so like, he's always asking us, he's like, hey, bro, like, bring merch down, like whenever we have like Jadakiss, like just bring the shit down. And I'm like, oh, that'd be cool, man. Like I can set you up where we have T-shirts and like we can just send T-shirts. Right. He's like, no, bro, like bring the shit down and in a native thing and give it to him personally. It's like, that. How dope is that? Because of the fact that like most places would be like, no,
right.
give it to us, and then we'll
figure it out.
delegate.
Yeah.
But Big Frank's like, bro, like make it happen. Come down here with a gift for these people, and we'll let you give it to them. Like,
yeah, man. Listen, do you know
he's
how
tapping into the right
the links you got to go through if you don't have that kind of access, bro?
You
got
got
to wait at somebody tour bus and this janky ass
hours,
hours,
five to 6 hours just to give a T-shirt.
And then when you finally see them, you got to make sure security ain't swinging on
and
you.
it's not even a good photo op because like you just gave it to him and he was like, all right, cool. And
it's
creepy,
like yeah, for sure, bro. Like, so it's like you got the opportunity to really make something custom for them and for them like, yo, this is crazy.
We need to set up a meeting with Big Frank.
Yeah, bro.
We need to set up a meeting with Big Frank and have it with me, you, just like 5 to 6 like big artists that have already like made themselves, like Monty, Lantana, Santino. Let's get 5 people in the room and sit them down with Big Frank and say, I think this is what would make the event go better here in the city if we did this. You know what I mean? Because Big Frank's gonna listen.
Yeah.
You know, he's been there. He's been in the game for over 20 years, so he knows what works and what doesn't.
Oh, yeah, way more than 20 years. I mean, we're talking like 30. I mean, he's been in it for a long. I mean, he was in the punk scene growing up.
Mad
like,
Hatter, right?
Even before Mad Hatter,
Mad
man.
Frog,
Radio Down, man. There was like
Radio Down. That was Tickets.
Radio Down became He
Tickets.
left. So Tickets was there. Radio Down was upstairs. Then Frank left Radio Down, opened the Mad Hatter, created the second Radio Down, left there. That became Bangerangs. He went to Madison Theater. Then he had some interns. I finally became one of the interns. That finally ended, and him and I opened Radio Down Part 2, but called Coda, above Tickets. This is the next version.
And that's crazy because I worked for the radio station. I worked for Kiss 107 back when it was Radio Down, and so like I was promoting his shows without him even realizing it.
Yeah, like
that's crazy.
Rise Against played there. Take Back Sunday. My Chemical Romance played before they were
crazy.
huge. Before
Full circle, though.
Before they're like gigantic, and now they're like a household name. This was like, I mean, that's a 300 cap room.
Yeah, it's
like,
literally it's
not
literally
a big room. Upstairs. You had to go upstairs. There was no elevator to carry the stuff up. You had to carry up those stairs.
That's crazy.
It was the way it was, man.
That sounds like Leaping Lizard.
Hey, man.
That's wild.
It's true. Yeah.
I never thought about that. No elevator.
Nah.
And those stairs were fucking.
Yeah, you had to go
Know
like
what I
this.
mean?
They
It was
were
like this.
They were tight and tall,
and
bro.
you had to go up that way. Yeah.
For sure.
And I was put on. We had a lot of shows there. We had, sold out shows, like full 300 tickets sold. Like, I mean, these artists weren't like. I mean, they could have sold 500 tickets, but they cut it to 300, whatever, and they were selling out. And these artists were super legit and still had to carry their equipment upstairs.
Do you remember a guy named Brad Teeny, B-Rad from Kiss 107?
B-Rad sound familiar.
I know the name.
B-Rad.
Yeah, B-Rad sound familiar.
Yeah.
He was the guy that always Kiss 107 was tied into those, so I had to go down there for those events because I was working for Kiss. But
Oh, cool.
yeah, that was B-Rad. That was always like fucking not hosting them, but like being a part
Being
of it
there,
because he was
being a-
part of Kiss. Yeah.
Yeah, those were very. Those were good days, man. Those were like my early scene days.
That's another
And
thing, man. I feel like, and I don't want to call out nobody in particular, but I just feel like a lot of our radio personalities used to reach out to our aspiring and rising local acts and like put them in opportunities to be seen.
Yeah.
You know, if Kiss FM was doing the Kissmas or Wiz FM was doing the Summer Bash or something like that. Like back in the day, when Showtime do the intermission joint where he rapping before Big Greg go on, or Lantana doing the Trap House. Shout out to Lantana and Trap House anyway, because that's amazing that the bring her in. Like her intro is a song that's so good, it's its own song now. You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
And it's like we need more of that. It should be normalized for our hometown heroes to be on the radio. It shouldn't be one of them like few and far between or oh nah. It's
You
just
heard
big.
him in August. Yeah, type shit.
Exactly. Like you shouldn't just hear me on Sunday. You should hear me 3 times a week.
Right.
Every like on rush hour traffic or late night, whatever, depending on the song and the vibe and the people. But for me, I just feel like it ain't it's not enough of that. And then I go elsewhere. You know, if I go to Chicago, you think I gotta ask them to play Saba or Mick Jenkins or Chance the Rapper or Raven Lenae?
Nope.
No, they're just gonna play it. You think if I go to Atlanta, I need to ask them to play Kenny Mason or Jid or 21 Savage or no, I ain't gotta go to Memphis and ask them to play Moneybagg. They're gonna play it. They're gonna play Glorilla until your ears hurt.
Yes.
Because that's their hometown hero.
That is
Label
literally
or not, they were gonna play it.
that's their pocket.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
When UGK was hot, bro, you wanna know where UGK was hot at? In Houston. They weren't hot nowhere else. They were hot in Houston, on fire in Houston. And then, you know, because they was moving and shaking, then you expand. But it's like we could be scorching here, but we need that. The bridge got to be got, man. That's just it, bro.
How do you think the bridge really truly gets you know,
That's a loaded question.
like, because, like, think about it, like, we know that there's a scene here, we know there's passion.
It's a fragmented scene, but yeah,
it's fragmented scene, but we know it exists. We know everyone's trying to get behind something. They just can't, because some of these artists don't consistently release stuff enough, or they may fall off for a while. They may not see the direct get back. How do we get this scene to collectively, not even the scene, how do we bond the scenes? Where's this bridge?
Where's
this bridge
the
at?
only realistic two ways to do it is this. It's multicultural activations, and it's championing one idea. So if we can't collectively agree on one artist or brand or person, like right now, for example, we just watched Not Like Us. Everybody in Compton, LA, agrees Kendrick is it. It doesn't matter who else is in LA doing crazy. Kendrick is our person.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we can collectively agree,
He's the standard.
no matter if you're a Hoover Crip, a Compton, whatever, like you, a Pyru, whatever, Kendrick is it. Which is why when the pop out happens, it doesn't matter how much I beef with you, gang, turf wise, whatever, we're gonna come together and shake hands and rehearse and do this production for this person that we all agreed on is our not even savior, just the chosen person to lead us to, you feel me?
Yeah.
And we had that a lot of generations before. We had Zarnock, we had K. Rowley, RP K. Rowley. We had these people who got on the other side and got on 106 and Park and got these big moments that we needed, but it's like we get a hung jury about shit. So it's like everybody agree but so-and-so. Everybody agree but this person.
Yeah.
Everybody agree but this area. Everybody agree but this person because we was beefing with him before he was famous or whatever. And we just need to all agree. Or we create, we get sponsorships and we create multicultural shits where the art scene and the rap scene and the street scene and the fashion scene all have to be in one place.
Yeah.
And we all have to break bread because we all need to be activating at the same time in order to create the level of ticket sales to where Megacorp has to put us in, because that's the only place we can do it.
Yeah.
Or BB&T Arena or wherever. You get what I'm saying?
The gatekeepers here.
We can avoid all that if we all come together, but it's like that's in a perfect world. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
It's just this shit is tough.
How do we? If you said that is, I mean, that's really my thought. Is like, how do we open the gates so gatekeepers don't necessarily keep us from that level of collective?
The only thing I can do is be a collaborative spirit. So when we do studio sessions, I create power sessions. So where I put people in a room that wouldn't even sat in the same room had I not asked these two people to sit together and then make them do a song together. So now you get two different markets where this guy is heavy in the fashion scene, this guy is heavy in the streets, and I make them make a song about something that ain't got nothing to do with either one. And then that makes me like, all right, well, let me see what this, you feel me? It's like when DJ Khaled put songs together. He put everybody in the room, do a pep talk, and then next thing you know, we got God Did, or we got Make It Rain, or we got, you feel me?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's my job
That's
here.
a great idea,
Is
yeah.
to get people to sit in a room and everybody collaborative, you know what I mean, get in a collaborative spirit, and we all make something that didn't exist beforehand, sound-wise, feel-wise, but we still stick to the roots of what Cincinnati is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The feel and sound. Because we have a sound, we have a feel, and we have a direction and identity. It's just a melting pot of a bunch of other things.
Yeah.
You feel
So
me?
basically, what I'm kind of gathering is taking the cream of the crop, the top of the food chain from different scenes, put them all on one track in a group sense, and maybe doing multi-tracks so that like they're different
Yes.
vibes.
Yes.
Now this one track is ran country, but you bring other people in. Then this other one's ran hip hop, where this
Exactly.
guy runs in. The other one's
Exactly.
a pop track, a rock track, and you kind of like blend everyone. Then people have no choice but to come to this show because their person's on it, but now they're gonna find this new scene and everyone else from this artist. So before you know it, it's the melting pot, like you said.
Yeah, man.
And that would definitely work. You just got to have all these artists willing to collab on
You need a
that level.
person that can convince them that
Yo.
this makes sense. Because right now, if you're already quote unquote profitable in your field, you don't want to collaborate with nobody on the other side. Because like, why would I do that? I'm already good here. But if you got somebody that you know is for the betterment of art and for the betterment of moving the culture forward, I can't even see who that is.
That's Chris Jenkins from the Bengals.
What's
Chris
happening?
Jenkins
What's
was cracking, buddy.
What's happening? What's
Hey,
happening?
what's up,
What's
what's up?
love?
What's
Let's
up?
get this chip. You hear me?
Hey, what's
Coming
up?
this year, bro.
Get this chip,
Yes,
buddy.
sir.
But that's it, bro. You need a DJ Khaled, and I'm just a DJ Khaled that don't tell jokes. So like I'm just
Yeah.
getting everybody together, and I'm making sure that everybody sees like I put people on songs like we got a song called Stat, and it's me, Deuces, Oski Isaiah, Siri Amani, Kyrie, and
Whoa.
Aaron and Eris Ray. Like on the same song.
Same track. Wow.
And it's like this record, the potential of this record could be on the next 2K, 25, 26, whatever. But even separate from it being placed, it's an amazing record because I ain't never heard these people on the same song before.
Yeah.
Talking about the same topic. You get what I'm saying? Then when we go to shoot the music video, you're putting people who, oh, this person is in the activist scene. This person is in the education scene. This person is in LA, so he's in fashion. And this person, like, all of that is in one aesthetic piece that you can't stop looking at because you
Yeah.
don't know what the next person might do.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And it's like
Yeah.
that, but we all have to agree. It's just so
all have to agree.
tough for
All
all
have
of us to
yes,
agree, bro.
yeah.
Even with people that left us and got deals, we still pretend that we can't agree. You feel me? Like, yeah, Road Runner TB, that was YSL, bro. We should have been agreed, like, pump him. Let's do this.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless of the Rico or not, like, we should have been like, nah, run it. He cold, run it. You know what I'm saying? Season, run it. Like, run it.
Yeah.
It's so many amazing acts. The Lambs, run it. Like, whoever. Skylar, run it. Spig, run it. Like, there's so many dynamic. Turich, run it. You
Yeah.
name them. You
Name
feel
'em,
me?
yeah.
So many amazing acts that are doing diverse things, bro, that we just put them all in it's a mosaic of acts, bro. Like, that's
Yeah.
it, man.
How often do you mentioned working with Deuces,
Yeah.
which he'll be on the Stage October 24th.
Come on
Shout
now.
out Deuces, bro.
Oh, yeah, come on now.
Excited for
Be
that
on the
one. That's a
stage,
big
man. Make
one.
sure
We
y'all
already
there.
announced that one. You can get tickets online, but at MadisonTheater.com. But
that boy is the plug.
hey, bro. But how do you go about choosing your collaborative efforts if they're not quite a friend? How or do you only work with homies? Like how do you go
all
about?
right, so to be real with you,
Yeah.
it's like this, right? So the same way that LeBron would be looking at his own game tapes, he looks at other people's game tapes. So I'm watching the entire scene, regardless if I'm best friends with them or don't know them from Adam. And if I like what they're doing, I know how to approach it because I know what's best for like the pulse of the culture. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, you are great at painting. Like great example, when we were doing the secret shows, I'm
Yeah.
like, okay,
It's awesome.
I want to do something to where we harp on the FOMO more than ever, but I want to do it in an interactive way to where only people in the know. That's my whole thing. Like, it's one of them, oh, you know? For sure you know. Or if you don't know, and it's cool. So you
Missed out.
Exactly. So you missed out. But the thing was, I need these brands to connect. So I'm like, wait, donuts and alcohol and Daylight Donuts. How does that not connect?
Right.
Like,
100%.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
for
they
sure.
went to high school together. So I'm like, of course,
Oh,
run that. What are you
yeah.
talking about? And
Yeah.
and it's just that. And then my plan was we had a shout out to Rag Addict, shout out to Goods, shout out to the person who risked their loft to let us do the first one. It's like
Fair.
these for the companies. I'm like, if you have a thrift shop, we're going to do the show, and then I'm going to implore everybody to purchase something here. Just one thing that would make a huge difference in their monthly, you feel me, income. And you get what I'm saying? And that's it. And it's like for some companies that we were going to, I didn't know who they were. I didn't even know who owned it. I just know I like this venue and I like what y'all are doing, and we would look cool doing something here. So just trust that we can bring the people. And then when we do the first one, that's my business card. So now I got, at the time, we had Snapchat analytics, so where we had the geographing joint. So I'm like, this many people use the Secret Show's tag and filter. So I got 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 impressions, and I can show you this. Do you want these people to see your logo or not? That's it. You know what I'm saying? It don't even matter if you like me or not. Do you want to do business or not? And then once we all get together, then you start to like, nah, these are good people. And then you want to be a part of the community and help build the community. Yeah. You feel me? Like, and that's literally it, bro. You just gotta the greater good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The greater good.
The greater good.
The greater good. And I think that also brings us to another segue is what do you consider the greater good of where the scene's going with, like, you know, we talked a little AI, we talked about, you know, A$AP Rocky's drop and everything. And what do you think the greater good is going to go with artists having to overcome all of this or work with it? Like A$AP Rocky released a video that we couldn't take our eyes off of.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, the thing is, man, like, I think each scene needs to build their own, like, collective and foundation. So, like, the art scene should have a designated videographer, somebody that shoots all art,
all of it,
everything that from the Cincinnati Museum, CAC, you name it. It's street performances, whatever. That person should be your. This is what's going on this week in art.
Yes.
Then in fashion, the same thing. It could be the same or different person, but for what we're doing in hip hop and in indie and alternative rap, because at this point that's what they're labeling us as, alternative and rap song. Regardless, we got a person that's going to be our digital footprint for that. The fact that we can't connect is because you don't see half of the stuff that's going on.
Right.
You don't know what's going on in the fashion world in Cincinnati right now. We just know what we're making. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we need to be able to tap in by having somebody that's designated to do that and have a page that shows all of it. Like what's happening in Cincinnati. Because in your mind, the Inquirer should be doing something like that. The Herald should be doing something like that.
Cincy Music.
Double Sin was doing something like that. That was our platform.
Double Sin, let's go.
Come on, but that's what I'm saying. Like, we need that because there's no way for you to see it, so you don't know it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're in the Andrew show, starring Andrew, and everybody else is just supporting roles.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Main character of your story.
And it's the same thing for everybody else. So, but if you have somebody else's perspective where you can go on their page and see what's going on visually, then you can be like, oh yeah, like for example, Black Owned just had a fashion show, Finesse.
I'm so bummed I didn't get to go to that, bro.
Crazy turnout. But guess what? Guess how I found out about it? After it was done. Didn't even know what was happening.
Right.
Didn't know tickets were being sold. Didn't know it was being promoted. Nothing. So that showed me, I'm like, so much was happening in me campaigning and meetings and all of this stuff. I missed a show I would have loved to see.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. But imagine if one guy was designated to do that, and you know on his page, he was gonna let you know about it at least a month in advance.
Right.
Now you have a chance to actually purchase a ticket.
I would have been there. Like I don't like obviously like I don't, you know, I would love to be a part of the fashion show, but regardless, like I want to be in the seat. I want to be there. I want to experience
the moment.
It looked amazing. It looked absolutely incredible.
It looked really good, man. He always throw together a good show, man. Everything from their anniversary shows to these fashion shows. But like we trying to do them kind of activations, but we need a centralized. Like before you know it, I got to rest, and then the ad can only do so much because it's only going to market to who you specifically marketed to, whether it be niche or the Cincinnati area with the 20-mile radius. I can't, like, I need y'all to see this. I don't need just this little, you get what I'm saying? So it's just, that's what we need. We need a better visual footprint, and then we need a platform to create multicultural activations. You know
I kind of feel like he's asking us to make this happen because like we've got we've got so many tools here, bro. Like we can produce clothes if you want to do a drop. if you want to get a venue, we can get you a venue.
Yeah.
If you want to promote it, we can promote it here on the podcast. Like, there's a lot of things that we can do here that we're just, because obviously, like, the day to day, me and Andrew are just thinking about how do we keep the door open.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, how do we sell clothes? But
quite literally,
but
that's
I was
day-to-day, yeah.
I was just talking to Andrew like last week, and I was like, bro, like, we just need to get back to having fun, because like when we were having fun, like, sales were coming in and we weren't worrying about the bottom dollar, and after 4 or 5 years in it, it's like, we're worrying about the bottom dollar, or we're looking at it and going, man, this is.
But you become so mechanical and monotonous about this.
And
shit,
that
bro.
100%, bro. That we've got to fucking pull back and say, hey, like, how do we get here in the first place?
Right.
You know what I mean? We got here in the first place
Exactly.
because we were having fun. And when we were having fun, people were paying attention, and they wanted to be a part of it because we were having fun.
Yeah, you can't color outside the lines. Think about the bottom line, bro.
Right.
You can't. It's just there's no way to do both. And for me, man, like, you are one of my favorite disruptors, and there's no way to
Hey,
disrupt.
appreciate it.
Yeah, for real, man. Like, because they don't know, man. It's like, whatever y'all doing, I'm doing this. Like, it don't matter what y'all, like, I'm doing this. And the funny part is, every time you go over there, they just move with you. It just moves, bro. And you can't. But I get it though. Once you're in here, it's like the bottom line is lingering. It's like this shadow that
You want to be a part of it,
every
bro.
month,
Yeah.
and just be like, okay, I do got to figure out how to keep them in. But like, for me, man, like, 2 things. One, watch Winning Time, because Winning Time helps you understand vividly how to take a place that was just an empty, like the Laker, the dome. Like, how do we keep the dome open every day?
Right.
But they found a way, bro, and they created and sold the fantasy of, like, every day is something different, man. Every day is everything from people doing their anniversaries to somebody like their retirement parties to strip club. It didn't matter what it was, they was rocking and doing it. And with this, bro, like, this is your imagination, bro. You thought all of this shit, bro. Like, you literally. We just need to create enough activations and be able to incorporate people to where they can feel like they can live. Y'all are the secret one-stop shop.
Yeah.
But y'all have to-
Secret one-shop stop.
Yes,
yeah.
bro. Y'all have to assume that role in authority and be the authority of being that, bro, because we don't have it. And it exists. We just not advertising it.
Right.
I know y'all the secret one-stop shop. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
You feel me? And we've been rocking. And I done seen this from online, and you handing it to this, bro. Like, this was something a lot of people did not think was going to last longer than 28 days.
I didn't think it was going to last longer than 28 days. Let's
telling
go,
you, it was
bro.
like, oh, yeah, they up there. Yeah, don't worry about it. They'll be out there. Because the thing is, retail, especially around that juncture, was a revolving door.
Yep.
Ask a lot of people on Main Street, are they still there? They're not.
Right.
Most of these people that are still on Main Street are paying 75% more than they were paying when they started there. It's way different, bro. Like, it's...
Ask Cosmic, bro. Ask
Man,
Cosmic.
Listen, some
yeah,
of my favorites are gone,
that,
bro.
that was like spread Louisville, Lexington, Florence Mall, but it just eventually the retail industry did have its struggles, and obviously it didn't make it to the pandemic. That was years ago, but the pandemic really we thrived in it because we thought outside the box and stuck it in a box and said, "Yo, this is what we got.
Tight,
take
yeah.
it." And other places were like, "Oh, rent's going up, or no one's out. We don't know." E-commerce is now our focus, or whatever the case may be. And we were like, you know what? We're not worried about the e-commerce. Let's get people down here for an experience. And once that experience started to kind of trickle out, now we have the world's coolest clothing store, John Teeter, 2037. And like, that's the thing is, at the end of the day, creating something, build it, they will come.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to build it authentically and in your full, genuine self, because we're just all this humans. None of us are bulletproof. None of us are anything greater than the other. You just have this thoughts in your head, and if are you willing to execute it, or are you going to sit on it and let the time pass and let someone else execute? And I believe in moving quick, moving fast, fail quick, learn, move on.
Yeah.
Fail fast.
I got some of the best turnaround time ever, man. And the thing is, my favorite quote is, man, you can't hate somebody having fun, man. And that's the whole thing about this place. This place is so fun. But it's like, it's real. It's a real business. And it's, you get what I'm saying? But it's so much fun and imagination, and it's so much thought, and it's just free form in here, bro. Like, it don't feel like that rigid, cold man.
Come buy clothes.
Yeah, it don't feel
Yeah.
like that. I literally feel like I dream in here. Like that's what I do when I get here. I get in here and dream. That's why I come here. I'm like, yo, I want to do this and I want to do something crazy.
Yeah.
And it's just, and you are one of the few that's like, yeah, man, just tell me what you want to do and let's do it.
Let's go.
And it's
There's a table and there's a chair in front of the cash register for a reason, bro.
yeah,
Hangout
bro.
culture. I do want to shift real quick because we're getting close to the time. But
Yeah.
you got a wedding in October.
Yeah.
So speaking of imagining, what's talk
my
about your
God.
feels and everything that you got
Bro,
coming. October's coming soon, my friend.
Yeah, bro. It's
Yeah.
like 33 days.
You get to lock Brittany down, bro.
Get the locking.
Get to lock it down. Let's go.
But my thing is this, bro. Like I have been doing this a long time. I've had a lot of relationships. I've had a lot of partnerships. But this is like when you get a chance at forever, bro. Like don't let it slip through.
Yeah.
You feel me? And this is somebody who, at every stop, at every peak and valley of Monty C. Benjamin, of who I am when I'm not Monty C. Benjamin on screen and in person, she stuck with me. You get what I'm saying? Like it got real. And it got so real I had to make an album about it because I couldn't.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way to articulate this without a visual album to show you this how real it got. And you know, some of my closest family members was like, I done left him for all, like, and it ain't even from what I did. It's just life, bro. Like life is a real thing. And when somebody, it's like, I'm in this with you. It's us versus the problem. It's not me versus you because it's a problem.
Yeah.
And
Collaborative.
somebody that
Collective.
has that kind of perspective, why wouldn't you want to spend I want to spend forever with this person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
and that's,
yeah.
and it just, I don't know, man. Like all of the other times I've been with a lot of people who, like, on paper it made sense. I just knew it wasn't it though, and I knew it was it when I saw her. And
Yeah.
I just couldn't. Like, what are you talking? Like, but you just know. Like,
Yeah.
I just knew, this is it. And it was just kind of like, you know, you get through your preliminaries, you get through a lot of your
Trials and tribulations.
yes,
Yeah.
and you get out of the generational curse of self-sabotage, because a lot of the you're installed to be like,
Yeah.
this is too good to be true.
Yeah, what
you gotta
me shit, yeah.
Yeah, so I just had to get out of that. And she had to get out of the other shoes gonna fall. Like, he's great, but, or this is good, but, or I would go to the next step, but. And once you get past that, and it's like, I'm a fixer. Let me help. And when somebody doesn't need help, I'm subconsciously useless.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do I create that value? Then I start realizing, like, oh, we could just be. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have to fix your broken pieces, or I don't have to save you from whatever, from yourself or whatever. And it's like, that's the beauty. That's the real. I'm finally living and building.
Yeah.
In my whole life, I ain't been able to do this because I'm with somebody that I can be with, and I can show parts and talk about stuff and nerd out or stress out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And she could vice versa do the same. She
Yeah.
could get into the corporate realm and show me, like, this is what's happening. You feel me? From me, and how I navigate that as a young black woman. And like, I could show, like, hey, this is, you know, I see this and I can't understand this because I'm not a woman, but I can understand this by being young and black and having to advertise myself and not, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Be sucked into the monotony of the corporate realm. And it's like, I'm one of them. I can't let the corporate realm hold me down too long, bro.
Yeah,
I can't
me
be no
either, bro.
machine, bro. But I know but business is business. You feel me? So it's just that, man. But like, I love that woman, man. And next month, man, we rocking out. So it's
And for the audience, what is her name? And tell us, yeah.
Brittany Marie Music, and she about to be Brittany Benjamin, Brittany Montgomery.
Hey, she's about to take that name.
You feel me? All that. So it's good, man. And it's serendipitous, man. That's the only way I could explain it, man. It's the only world I didn't have to force myself in. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's it, man. That's enough.
Iron,
Beautiful,
bro.
bro.
Iron
Beautiful.
iron sharpens iron, bro.
God.
You know, and it's like, you know, when I met Kaylin, like I was in the same boat, bro. There was a a ton of options, but like this is the one that, like, I was just like, I couldn't stop looking at. You know what I mean? Like she was just the one where like every time I hung out with her, like I need to spend more time with her.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, 10 years later, bro, like you know, we don't spend a day apart, bro. It's like one of those things where like I don't think we've spent a day apart. I think every day we've spent together in the past 10
bro.
years.
You
like,
know how
even,
weird it is, bro, when like I gotta go, like I had to go to Nashville for a week and we had to go do some shows and interviews and shoot stuff. And like it felt so strange because everything that happens, I want to be like, hey man, like look, we just met so and so.
Yeah.
I just shook so and so hand.
You want to experience it all with her.
Yeah,
like you
and I
want
wanna-
her there.
I want
right?
to live vicariously through that.
Yeah.
And it's one of them things where it's like, I have my own world, you have your own world. I have to respect your world, you respect mine. But when we collide again, I want to be able to be like, look, like. But it's some like I call her as soon as it happened, like, yo,
That's
like,
your best friend.
Yeah,
and that's that's the one thing that I think people forget about when it comes to relationships, man. Is like when I talk to Kaylin, I'm like, you know, do you still like me? Like, you know, you can love me. You know what I mean?
Not
but
like nothing about me.
And you know, there was John Mayer was actually the one person that I heard talk about it. He was like, you know, you're gonna find somebody, you know, you like each other, you start hanging out with each other, then you love each other, then you can't stand to be around anyone else, then you can't, you know, then you can't fucking live without each other, and then all of a sudden
you can't stand them.
You can't stand each other, and then
yeah.
you can't stand to be around each other. He's like, but you got to remember when, like, why I started liking this person in the first place. You know what I mean? And don't lose that. Don't lose that like, you know, because you can love a lot of people, but you don't like them. You know what I mean? But you got to make sure that you understand that you still like. I like to be around you. I love you, but I like to be around you.
Yeah, man.
And that's
like,
those are the things that people take for granted, man.
Yeah.
And like
The
I like
question
being
always-
around Kaylin
I
24/7.
always ask her, I said, are you happy? And would you tell me if you weren't happy? And,
Right.
And we ask each other that. Those status checks are so important because the schedule that we have, we are busy as hell.
Mm-hmm.
We doing multiple residencies,
2 lives,
2 jobs,
2 lives trying to merge in one.
Yeah, I'm everything from consulting, features, show, like you name it, we're doing it. So it's like it's so easy to let 3 months slip through your fingers.
100%,
Honestly,
bro.
I feel like it's still February, to be honest with you. It's still February. We got months into the wedding. I got so much. No, we're here. It's happening right now. And but it's not like a pressure or fear or none of that. It's one of them like, we've been living life so much. Now it's time. You get what I'm saying? But I still love her the same way I loved her when I seen her.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm also aware of, like I said, of her world and respecting her world and being able to be like, yo, I'm going to let you live your world and I'm going to live my world. And when we come back, tell me everything about your world and I'll tell you everything about mine. And when you need the space to live in your world, I'm not going to pull you out of it because you feel what I'm saying? Even if I do want the time, I'll let you live your world and then we could reconvene later. You get what I'm saying? And
It's a give and take, so like, because you know that you got to go do your shit.
Yes.
And you're hoping that she's going to be able to pump back and hold the house down while you're doing all that.
1,000, man. Say, listen, bro. Think about this, man. I've done 2 hip replacements and a shoulder cord decompression and in a wrist replacement too. All those times I can't work.
Right.
I can't perform. So a lot of the streams of income are leaving.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be able to, you feel me? Like we got to ebb and flow through that.
Yeah.
And granted, you know me, I'm resourceful, so I still figure out ways to supplement income, but still that takes a lot. It's a lot of mental strain to know like I'm used to him doing this X, Y, and Z, and he can't do that right now.
Right.
So I have to be strong enough to get that done and not be like, oh, why did he have to go through this? Or why did it ain't like I chose to have lupus. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just that. Like I am grateful, eternally grateful for somebody that even cares enough to be like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And to know that's not being said with a string attached to it or being said with the
hostility behind
yes,
it. Yeah, for sure.
because I've been in them scenarios where it's a don't mention it, but I'm gonna keep mentioning it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
That's the real one, man. That's the
Yeah.
real one because I've got, Kayla's the same way, bro. Like she's over here. The other day I had a toothache. She's like, "Oh, is it your baby tooth?" Like I've got a baby tooth, bro. Right here, this little guy. This little, yeah. Look at this little bitch, bro. Yeah. Check it out.
He got a young.
That little guy right there. That's still a baby tooth. That's still
Achy.
chilling. But
Achy.
it wasn't my baby tooth that's hurting. It was like another tooth way back here. And she's like, "You got to start fucking taking care of yourself." I was like, "Look, trust me, I know, man, I know."
It's tough, bro.
But it's like, I've got my family first. My car needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
My house needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
My mouth needs to be fixed.
Talk
You know
about
what I
it.
mean? But let's put these in order.
Yeah.
Where does my tooth fall in this whole thing? It's
Right.
number 4.
Yeah.
So I've got to fix all these other things before I even get to the position where I can fix that.
Yep.
And it's just like, there's levels to it, and it's like, I am so thankful that I've got somebody like Kaylin in my corner, bro, because like if I was here right now doing the single, like I've lived the single life. It was fun, but it's
fun for a
not
moment.
it's not longevity fun. It's fun for the moment, fun for the time.
Yeah.
It doesn't have anything to do with tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like now that I've got Kaylin, now that you got Brittany, like the way that
She's
I
something to
explain
look
it,
forward to,
there's blinders, just like a horse in the Kentucky
race,
Derby, bro. Like they put these blinders on these horses so they only see the goal. You know what I mean? They don't see anything around them. They don't see any of the other horses, any of the other bullshit happening around them. They
Yeah.
put blinders on so you can just stay focused.
Tunnel vision.
Boom, right at the end zone, and that's where I'm at, man. I'm here. It's like I found the person that I want to experience the rest of my life with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like now it's my job to get to the next level. We're in this house now. It's my job to get to the next level. We get a different house, bigger backyard, a better bathtub. You know what I mean? Like there's levels, bro. And it's like I'm so thankful that she understands and believes in what we've got going on, because when I was doing the podcast out of the Dayton store, bro, like when Santino and I were co-hosts, like there was moments where she would come down and open up the door to the podcast in the middle of the podcast, be like, "Are you fucking kidding me? It's 11:30. Like, end the shit and come upstairs." And like I had to have a talk with her, like, "Hey, like I understand, like none of this makes sense. Like all this seems like I'm just out here trying to have fun with my friends, but there's longevity to this, and I'm trying to fucking figure this out. So please, like, I understand that you want me upstairs, but I'm not out at a bar. I'm not out cheating on you. I'm not out doing anything. I'm downstairs with 3 guys that you know."
And we just trying to make it happen.
And just trying to make it happen, right?
Yeah.
And so she understood that, and now all of a sudden we're 231 episodes in, bro.
That's insane.
You know what I mean? We got sponsors, we got money coming in, but like
most podcasts don't break 100.
they don't make 3. Most podcasts fail after 3.
Yeah.
And like 80% of podcasts fail after 3.
Most people only get 3 podcasts, 3 events. Three's like the number, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much it takes just to get to 1 to 2. And then, like he said earlier,
well,
like
people give up because nobody's
hard.
watching, and and that was the thing, bro. Like Kaylin, she was watching. She's watching right now. Like so,
she's on.
She's on here along with Chris Jenkins from the Bengals. Let's roll, bro.
Yeah, we have quite.
But
it's great.
So it's just one of those things where like she sees that nobody's watching, right? She sees 0 views, and she's like, "What the fuck are they doing?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like wrap it up and come upstairs, and it's like, Pook. Just
Pook is cute.
There's levels to it, right? Just let me do this on my Tuesdays, and we're gonna be able to make something out of it. You know what I mean?
1,000%.
And we're still doing it to this day, bro.
Yeah.
Like 231 episodes in. That's
Hey, one time for that, man. One time for that,
bro. That's insane,
talk.
man. It's insane, and and one of the things that we've noticed is like we can't. you can't look back on the people that didn't pay attention, right? Because you never know what happens. So, we do this on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch,
anywhere people at.
But Instagram's the one that everyone like gravitates towards because that's where our fan base is, right? So
Word.
it's like we just got to keep doubling down and make sure that
man.
people on
Listen, man, when Noriega did the Drink Champs series at first, it wasn't on Revolt. So when they were doing it, the viewership was at an all-time low. And if they would have based the success of the show on just viewing the viewership, they would have never did the show.
Yeah.
What happened was they repackaged the same episodes and put it on a schedule on a different platform, and it hit like gangbusters. And now, hundreds of episodes later, we are the Drink Champs. You go.
I am absolutely mind blown because I just realized that Revolt is gone.
Yeah, it's over.
Gone. It's
over.
completely gone.
It's
like
over.
like I when you said that, like when you said Revolt, the first thing that popped in my head was Everyday Struggle.
Yep.
Joe Budden.
That's gone too.
Wayno.
State of the culture. Gone.
Academics. Like what the fuck, bro? What happened to Revolt? Like
They happened to Revolt, but
they were the Complex. They were just as big as Complex, bro. Like they were just as big. And it's not like it's YouTube, so it's not like there's unless you're paying Joe Budden an exorbitant amount of money, right? Like,
I mean,
how could Revolt altogether go under? Because we're trying to become Revolt. Like we're trying to be the next Complex. We're trying to be that ear to the ground that Revolt used to be.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? The ear to the ground that Complex. Still thrives on, bro. Like Complex kills it when it comes to things like that.
For sure.
But like, how the fuck did Revolt just belly up?
Diddy, and the thing is, it's
you said
like,
Diddy,
bro, like Diddy, and because this is the thing, once the allegations started, and then
hold on, I'm gonna say it again. How did Revolt just go belly up, bro?
Diddy, bro. The Diddler.
Diddy, like Puff Daddy?
Yes, bro. Diddy, bro.
All right, tell me
about this.
Tell me about this because I didn't know.
It's the thing, bro. After the allegations came out with Cassie, and everybody start rounding up to tell they campfire stories, they horror stories about Diddy, bro. And he pulled out. It's the Titanic after that, man. It's literally the Titanic.
I didn't realize he was a big investor in Revolt.
Man. It wouldn't be no Revolt without Diddy.
Okay.
You feel me? Now, granted, there are other people involved. There are a bunch of same thing with Elon and Twitter. That ain't just Elon. That's Diddy's a part of that too. Believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? So it's Mad's hands that are involved in it. But once Diddy pulled, bro, it's a wrap, man. It's a wrap. Because he was keeping it going. Think about this. The biggest shows were, like you said, you got it was Everyday Struggles, State of the Culture, Carisha Please. Who's Carisha? That's his girlfriend. Like, you see me? Like, it's just relationships, people, and platforms. So once the diddler became a diddler, it's a wrap, bro.
Wow.
That's wild, bro.
That is wild.
And you know, and I'm actually like Wayno. Like I talked to Wayno.
I like Wayno.
Yeah, he's dope, bro. You know, he actually he told me to send him some clothes to him and his son's podcast so he can like.
They do have a new
review it and
podcast,
shit.
Yeah. And I like the bridging the gap thing that they doing, like the old guy, the young guy, and you know what I mean. Like I like that. It's a.
I mean, I like Wayno's persona in general, right? Because he's like he's you. He's you on a mass scale. He's been there. He's gotten to the point where, you know, Revolt knows who he is, and now he's got a big fan base. But like, his ear is still tapped to the ground. His ear isn't in, Live Nation or any of that shit. Like his ear is to the ground where he knows the next up and coming, whether it be a shoe brand, an artist, or whatever his son knows, because now he's got his son involved, which honestly is incredible, because now you've got two genres, two totally different like decades of mindsets, because like your mindset of what hip hop was or is, and the mindset of a 20-year-old on what hip hop is two completely different things, man.
You could just tell from their little top 5 list. You'd be like, well, if that's what hip hop is, you got it. I can't tell you it's not, because if you ask me, when I was 20 years old, what hip hop was and who was my top 5. Somebody that came in an era before me would have been like, "You out your damn mind thinking that's hip hop." So it's just, I'm the one thing I always said is I wanted to be the life raft I wish I had. So anybody that was aspiring to do music or needed development or wanted to help, I will help in any way I physically can until, you feel me, I can't. But it's like, we need that. We need that. And we gotta embrace the next generation. We can't be like, man, they don't know what they talking about. They stupid, they slow. The thing is, hip hop is an attitude-based thing. It is a notion and attitude-based thing.
Right.
Only thing that hip hop is the temperature and megaphone of what is the youth feeling, thinking, seeing, wearing, doing, buying, promoting. That's it. So if that's chaotic, what did you teach them to make them chaotic?
Right.
What is the government doing that make them react chaotic? How many people had to die for them to be like, no, chaos is the only answer? You get what I'm saying? It's like, man, it's watching the show, the documentary, the show taught me everything I needed to know about hip hop and the trajectory of hip hop. Because when you get these older cats that was looking and being like, yeah, man, like Naughty by Nature and Tretch and them, they just too emotional and they too dark and they too and I'm like, y'all saying the same thing about when Juice WRLD and Triple X Tentacion, and I'm like,
right,
they just too emotional and chaotic. And it's like, what have y'all done to embrace them? Y'all ain't do nothing. They gone now. Y'all can't. It ain't even.
I mean, if you want to think about it, Tupac was emotional. You know what I mean? Like in all of his music. You know, it's just one of those things, bro.
Yeah, and I think emotion in music is what makes music so powerful. You know, if you put out something that's got maybe cookie cutter vibes, like, you know, like you algorithm, a formula that you put in the algorithm and it gets successful. But when you put emotion in there, that's something that AI can't even necessarily create the same as a human can have it. And that's why we get so captivated by amazing actor performances or an amazing music video, because it touches us, because the emotions are the reason that it's touching us, not necessarily even the lyrics. The lyrics might hit you at a different dynamic, but when that person is putting this so much diction in their voice and they're putting the punch in how they say it and how they emphasize certain words, the conviction and putting all this emotion into it, and all of a sudden the music stops for a second and then the beat hits again. Oh, the cold chills, dude. Like when they do those one-liners, oh, you're just like...
You want to hear something funny?
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah.
Next time you make a post on Facebook, right? Just check your Meta AI. What's funny about the Meta AI is they're going to be like, we can modify this to make it heartfelt, funny, inspirational. How the hell can you do that? I already done did it.
What did it. Yeah.
But it's just weird that like even AI is attempting to grasp what based off the data that's already existing on the internet. What could make this inspirational? It's whatever I just said was whatever that was.
Right.
So how could you make it more inspirational than it already is based off analytics and data that dates before I even said this?
Yeah.
Or how could you make whatever I'm experiencing in real time more heartfelt because it's already from my heart? Like,
right.
It's crazy.
It's taking the emotion out of the text, and displaying it in a manner that another human can completely relate to on a humanistic, deep, emotional level. And that's where AI is going to struggle, because it's reading text, it's reading this to be some, you know, deep word, and they're taking the context.
Word.
But when you put some grit into what you say, rather than just say, hey, you're like, hey, like you're putting that emphasis. And that's where someone's like, oh, they mean, hey, look at me. It's just something there that AI is not. It can convey something through video and all just because it knows, but to go from a nothing to a raw emotion is something I think you're never going to be able to replace. It's just not.
They just turning everybody into politicians. That's all it is for real.
Yeah,
that's how I feel like all this is. It's just like everybody just being a politician. Like, oh yeah, well this will go 30% good with this community, and you just need to shake more hands and do this and cry a little more on the live. Yeah. Like, I don't want to do none of this shit.
Look, at the end of the day, all the analytics are great and good, But there's nothing better than that grassroots putting the fucking flags or putting the flyers on cars, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I
bro,
mean? Like
just shaking the hands.
just shaking the
man.
hands and making sure that
Bro.
that people understand that it's coming from me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The first time that Cash Money came here, do you know what they did? They went to Avondale and passed out CDs.
That's
Imagine
crazy.
you could have got a CD from Manny Fresh himself.
That's
Lil
crazy.
Wayne himself. And guess what? Because they weren't popular, then nobody cared.
Yeah.
Probably threw them CDs out. But once it bling bling hit the radio, guess what they did? You went out your way to find this CD, or had to purchase it and wait in line.
I'm still trying to find the Infinite
Eminem, yeah.
Eminem album
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, yeah.
So I found the Infinite CD. It's still unopened. It's still got the plastic wrap on it.
Fire.
But apparently the only stuff that Eminem sold out of the trunk of his car were cassette tapes and vinyls.
Ooh.
So those are the two that you need to find. And they redid the Infinite album. So when you look at the album, you got to look at the back. And if the I probably shouldn't even say this out loud because of the fact that I'm trying to find it on my own. But if on the bottom of the back of the cassette, you got to make sure that it says like 108 Mile Road, like
Yeah,
whatever.
the address.
The
yes.
one that says 8 Mile is the one that he sold out of the trunk of his car.
Yep.
So those are the cassettes that you got to find, cassette or album or vinyl. CDs, they were reprinted, so they didn't come out of his the back of his car.
Nah, the address would change, the labels would have changed. All
Yeah.
that.
So it's got the this thing's been talking to me all
That is
day.
insane.
It has, the
the fact
glasses.
that you just kept your composure while it's talking to you is crazy.
I'm trying, bro. It just keeps disconnecting to the internet at this point, where he's like, your internet is disconnected from the internet. You are reconnected to the internet.
I can't hear
like
any
just
of
over
that.
and over again.
I don't know. I can't hear any of
But
that.
look, bro, I've got an idea. I've got a fucking idea.
Talk to me.
Like we have like probably the cream of the crop when it comes to like the music industry, when it comes to producers, when it comes to editing movies, video, when it comes to the sponsorships, when it comes to the putting on an event down at Madison Theater. Like we have a connection to it all, bro. Like what if we turn this place into an incubator where young music artists can come here and actually render the music in the very back room. You know what I mean? And like render it with somebody like
I'm with that.
like Monty or
I'm with that.
or
That's what I do.
you know, because like honestly, like you know, I look at Timeless Studios and they were killing it, bro. Like everything they were doing
Shout out
was
to
so
Timeless.
good, and you know they had so many people that wanted to come in and do podcasts there. That they were just capitalizing on all these things, and they had the backdrop that said Timeless on it, you know. And I don't know what happened. I could be the fact that Gary had to move out of Cincinnati. That kind of like put them in this weird realm where
Also
like, hey,
things-
we were here, now we're here.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm not looking at trying to capitalize on people like Gary. I'm trying to capitalize on people that are coming up in the business, that are trying to figure out how to get their album, you know,
Off the ground, man.
off the ground and get their
Distributed.
album edited and distributed and like and be able to put their music out there where they can have a live concert here in the city.
Yeah.
And we honestly, we have a hand or a connection in every single aspect that a young artist needs to make it happen. Right? Like if clothing, like we can set something up where it's something limited, 15 shirts. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be a
Crazy,
cash grab. It doesn't have to be something where, you know, the artist is going to lose his ass or the artist is going to make $1 million, but the artist is going to be able to make a movement where I've only made 15 shirts with a dope ass brand, and you can get them on this event on
Limited.
this day. That's it.
And that's it, bro.
You know what I mean? And then tying it in where they can come in here and they can produce music, or they can link up with Monty C, and Monty C can teach them
Yeah,
like
man.
the ins and outs. But like making this an incubator for young artists, like
Yeah.
That's what the young generation
I'm
needs.
kind of
bro.
I'm kind of blown away by it, bro, because of the fact that like we get artists in here all the time. We get these fucking 18-year-old kids, bro, that come in and they think that they are cooler than you, bro. These guys that come in and they're like, "Oh, you don't know who I am? I've got 20,000
Like,
followers
bro,
on TikTok."
Who is you, homeboy?
And they're like, I got this song out, and it's okay. You know what I mean?
But you just need a little more development, man.
You
That's
just-
all.
Yeah, a little bit more.
I'm with it, man.
Foundation, not development. You need
Yeah,
more
yeah, yeah,
foundation.
yeah.
You need a little bit more cement around the base, so that when you're building this house, it's not going to fall apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and maybe that's the thing that we can do is maybe do a little foundation for these kids. Where, hey, if you're trying to get a song produced, we got you. If you want to get a
Yeah,
song recorded, we got you. If you
That's
want
what I wanna
a
do.
video,
I wanna
we
teach
got
kids
you.
Studio etiquette.
If you want to put it on,
Studio
if
etiquette.
you're good enough
Yes.
to go live on stage, like we can make it all happen right here. We're like literally with the 3 people that are here right now, we can change somebody's career just with the people that we know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
the knowledge that we have.
Yeah.
Like and those are things that maybe like we should tap into, bro. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of up and coming artists that don't know how to get to the next level. And I'm sure even Monty, like you probably didn't even know how you got to this level. There was just
Such a
daily
trial
grind,
and
daily
error.
grind, daily grind, daily
Yeah,
grind.
such a
you know, and you
failing
and-
fast and forward,
bro, and
that's
you
it.
feel like you're in the dust of it because I feel like we're in the dust of it, bro. Like I still feel like somebody threw a grenade in the middle of the store, and I'm just sifting through the smoke to see my guests. But at the same time, I left here today and went to Party Source. I went to Party Source to go buy us the wine for tonight.
Yeah.
And there was one guy in there with the "Be So Good You Can't Ignore Me" shirt on.
Nice.
That's
That's cool.
And guess
Cool,
what?
bro.
Guess what?
That's cool.
He ignored me.
That's
Like
crazy.
how fucking cool is that, bro?
He
You
has
know what I
no
mean? Like
idea.
I didn't walk up to him and say, "Hey, nice shirt." Didn't do any of that.
None,
but like
yeah.
I walked up, made eye contact with the eye patch just to see like
Is you tapped in enough to know?
do you know? Yeah, and he saw me and he was like
No idea.
gave me the cool nod. Like everyone gives you the cool nod when you got an eye patch, bro. Like
Yeah.
I cannot wait till you get the eye patch, bro. I can't
got 2
fucking
years.
wait.
I got 2 years.
Look, bro, I'm telling you, like
I'm gonna
like,
be calling you a lot when that's happening for sure.
It is, bro. It's Halloween every day. You know what I mean? You just have to look at it in a positive aspect. Like kids are gonna come up to you and point at you and go, there's a pirate.
Yes.
There's a
yeah,
pirate,
yeah.
and you can't just be like, fucking shut up, kid.
Yeah, I'm
You know what I
be a
mean?
crazy
Like
man with
I
that
am the
iPad, son.
pirate. Like I am
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, that's not gonna be until 2026, but I'm gonna be calling you all 2025 about it for sure. But now, listen, we'll talk more off mic
Bro,
about that. But let's-
I really think that this is a moment. Like we've got the green screen, we got the back room, we got
Yeah,
the video,
bro.
we've got
It's
we've
here.
got people that can do film editing, we got people that can
Yeah,
help
bro.
with music. Like
Yeah,
we've
bro.
got everything right here. And if we can just harness it in and just move it towards, hey, like these 18-year-old kids that want to be musicians, come on in, bro. Come on in, and we'll
Yeah.
take you through a test drive. You know what I
I
mean?
know a
Like
bunch of kids who want to get into fashion. They just don't know the first thing about it. And for me, it's like I just want to sit down and walk them page by page through it. But what better way to do it than be like, what's your idea? And like really push them to the limit on materializing it. And once they see it in their hands, you don't know what that do to a kid. When you can take something here and put it tangible in their hands,
gone.
it is over.
Mind blown
It is
that-
over, bro.
That's me at 17 years old, bro.
We took white t-shirts and markers, and we made our first t-shirts.
That's how I started my clothing brand.
Yeah, bro. We drew our this is so corny, but our first t-shirts were record company. It was Ruby Records, and we had red markers on a white T-shirt, Ruby Records, and we put the little Ruby at the bottom, and that was the whole thing. Like, so I wanted to rap then, and we were just like, yeah, bro, we gonna be the next bad boy. We gonna be the next. You feel me,
bro? My very first shirt that I made, I went to Foot Locker Champs. No. It was Foot Locker. It was in Florence Mall, corner by Macy's.
Word.
I walked in and they had those oversized shirts, 5 for $20.
Facts.
Or 4 for $20. It was either $4 a shirt or $5 a shirt. But it was like they were blank T-shirts.
White. Yep.
Yeah, and they kind of felt like Shockaware, bro. Like honestly, like they were heavier style shirts. So I bought those. I was still in high school and I brought them home and I wrote Jive Turkey on them in marker in Sharpie.
Yeah.
Jive Turkey, and like I did a yellow shirt with green ink that said Jive Turkey, and then I did a pink shirt with black ink that said I did Britney.
Oh man!
And I did them in ink, and I was just fucking like giving them away in high school. Word. And then all of a sudden I got a little cash built up, so I went and I just silk screened them. I did Britney. This was back when like Britney Spears was a virgin, right? And like the way that she spells her name is completely different than the way that every other white girl. Every other white girl spells Briattany, whatever. Yeah. She was Britney.
Yep.
So you knew when I put Britney, Britney on there, yeah, you knew that I was talking about Britney Spears. So I made the shirt that I did Britney on it. And it actually did really well, bro. Like
crazy.
It was even to the point where what was that place? Urban Outfitters. They stole the logo. They asked me for I'm just I'm a novice, bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just emailing everybody like.
Yeah.
Like this is me. Like I've got a bunch of designs. Like I'm clothing designer. And Urban Outfitters was like, send us what you got. So I sent them a pamphlet, bro. I made this 11 by 14 pamphlet and folded it up with like 32 logos on it. And then I sent them 2 T-shirts in the package. But on the package, inside it, I said, hey, I sent this exact same package to myself. It's called a poor man's patent. Yeah. So basically, like, I'm going to send you this. And I'm going to send me the exact same package, and I'm not going to open my package. So if you try to steal my shit, I've got a date and time from the U.S. government that says that I shipped this to myself on November 11th, 2012. You know what I mean? And so I sent that to them, and they loved the stuff, and then all of a sudden it was crickets. And then 3 months later, they had a shirt that said I did Justin on the shelves.
Wow.
And not only that, so the I Did Britney shirt, that was back when she was a virgin. That was a big thing, right? Because she was a virgin.
Yeah.
And so when I sent them that, they used the I Did Justin shirt instead of the I Did Britney. And then on the pamphlet, I had 32 logos. And one of the logos, it said, gardeners do it with hose. And I had a gardener like laying in a hammock. Yeah. And he had a couple hoes out there, but it was like gardeners do with hose.
Yeah.
And they came out with the one that said firemen do with hose. And so I was like, right away, I was like, first of all, fuck you.
Yeah,
like
facts.
for stealing my shit, because now you're not calling me back. But second, like, I can sue you guys. You know what I mean? And like I took it to a lawyer, and they saw everything they saw the packet. They were like, They did this the right way.
They'll bleed you out, yeah.
They used Justin, not Britney. That completely fucking negates your thing. And they used firemen instead of gardeners, so it completely negates that. So like you don't have a leg to stand on here. So like that was like my probably 22-year-old version of myself going, fuck Urban Outfitters, fuck that. But then my 26-year-old version was walking in there going, hey, let's do a pop-up shop. Let's do a pop-up shop. Let's do a pop-up shop. I'm the Native brand. We're one of the coolest brands here. Let's do a pop-up shop. And I kept going to them about it. And I almost had them on the hook to do a pop-up shop here at UC for it, but never made it happen. I'm sure at this point, I feel like Urban Outfitters is like broken the barriers and probably is like we'll let the herd in. You
Right,
know what I mean?
yeah,
but
yeah.
at the time, it was like, God damn, bro, like.
Yeah.
22 and I thought I had it. I'm 43 now, bro. That was
Yeah.
20 years ago, and I thought I had the shit on lock.
But
you know what I mean?
But you learned a very expensive and valuable lesson on IP.
100%,
For
bro.
sure. So and it's, you know what, man? And it's like this. We used to think we were crazy when we would create something, go on YouTube, and then a year or so later, like the label, somebody's doing literally beat by beat the same thing you're
Same
doing.
shit.
And then, yo, man, you like,
Damn.
nah, I'm delusional. It's no way that they saw what yes, they did. And the thing is, there's someone's job to source and find information and ideas in different regions and being like, ooh, great. Ooh, pull this. There's somebody here that has a video that if you A and B, two different, it's the same video.
Right.
And they just saw it and said, yo, do all of this. They took they literally watched the video, wrote the beats, storyboarded it, and pitched it to so the main act who's doing it doesn't even know they're stealing.
Right.
They just did it based off what their creative director told them.
Yeah.
And then it's like, nah, bro, you stole this. And it's not until we go online and we make this big uproar and fuss about it, and they're like, don't nobody know who you are, blah, blah, like you're delusional.
Yep.
You stole it from them. They didn't. It's like, bro, I can prove I did this first.
I have the stems. Let me show you.
Bro,
what
that's
it is.
that's a prime example of what happened with what was that company that there was a company called I'll make it short because we got to cut this. This is almost midnight.
Yeah, I know, that's crazy, dude.
So there was a company that it was fuck, man, local Kentucky, local I think it was local Kentucky or something. Anyways, like back before I got the store here, I almost had to wrap up everything. Like I was fucking belly up on money, and so I wrote Rally House, I wrote all these other companies. I said, hey, like we're a local company. If you guys want to carry our stuff, this is it. Like I've got the trademark on area codes, and it's Shop Local Kentucky.
That was smart. That was smart as hell too.
So Shop Local Kentucky. So I wrote them, and they were like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we don't take any outside vendors. We only produce our own stuff." And like 3 months later, they started coming out with fucking native area code shit, and I fucking called them out like on Facebook, like this bullshit. So they had like 400,000 followers on Facebook. I have like 5. And so I'm like, I call them out for the whole bullshit that they're doing, and then they call me out and they send me a cease and desist on my area codes, and I'm over here going, like, these motherfuckers, like I had the receipts, bro. Like I sent you this in October, like, and I said that we have this shit trademarked, and I'm coming to you because we are losing the company. And instead of you guys fucking saying, yeah, we'll sell your stuff, you guys say, no, we won't sell your stuff.
Walmart,
and then you took my shit and then started selling it. So I had all these and their whole fan base is nothing but a fucking bunch of old 50-year-old white bitches named Karen. And like all these women are in here going like, oh, you guys stole this, stole that. And I'm like, fuck, like I will fucking bury this company. They actually opened a store in Covington and closed the store down 6 months later because the ear to the ground shit didn't hear it. Then like they weren't here for it because they knew that like native was the reason why the area code thing's here in Cincinnati. So they tried opening up a store in Covington over there. They had it there for like 6 months. And like Terrace was a big part of the reason why they got shut down, bro.
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah, that's my homie, bro. Like,
that's interesting.
like fucking strength in numbers, man.
Yeah.
You know, the second they got closed, he fucking messaged me like, "They're gone, bro. They're out of here." Like,
the one bites the dust.
you know what? But you know what? Fuck them. You know, because that's the thing. That's like a small company comes to you and says, "Hey, would you like to sell my clothes?" And they go, "No, we don't want to sell your clothes, but we're gonna steal it."
Yeah, but
So
that's how it be, man.
At the end of the day, bro, we're here, and Shop Local Kentucky is not.
Come on.
You know what I mean? Stay in Lexington, bro. I'm coming for you.
on.
Stay in Lexington.
Stay in
That's
Lex.
a good note to end on.
Yes,
So,
sir.
All right, man. So if anybody wants so if like young artists, man, like 18, 19, 20-year-olds, if they're trying to tap into the music scene and don't know how to get into it, can they get a hold of you personally?
Yeah,
like,
they could DM me on Instagram, Twitter. I live on these apps, so just DM me, bruh. DM me for everything from if you need advice on writing. I do writing sessions once a month, and for all aspiring rappers, singers.
Where do you do the writing sessions at?
I do most of them at my house, but I have a studio that I do them out of downtown.
So in LA they do these things called blue lights. And a lot of my friends are like acoustic artists, like John Mayer type shit. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
those guys went to those blue light events and saw John Mayer there. And so what it is like they go down and they just like they're writing music and they play
Jam
it.
out. Yeah,
and everybody in this blue room, it's like blue lights, red lights, they all make people feel different, right?
Yeah.
And so they called it the blue light room. And so they would just bounce ideas off each other, bro. But like the fact that even John Mayer was even in that room for like my friends like Ernie Halter, which nobody knows who he is, dude's fucking phenomenal. But he for somebody like him to be able to go into that room and say, you know, that's like Andrew going into the room and going, I've got some music to perform, and Chester Bennington being there and being like, let me listen to it. You know what I mean? Like it's like a holy shit moment, bro.
Like, what did I just?
And
walk
like
into?
so how do we get that here in Cincinnati where like we can do like Tuesday night blue nights, fucking
let's
Thursday
pick
night red lights.
Yeah, let's pick a day, right? Let's pick a day, and then what we'll do is we can start with a single genre, but I want it to be a multi-genre thing. I really
needs to be multi-genre.
I really want to do just like a jam session, just like
that's key, bro.
Yeah,
that's
like
key
a cool,
because you want. You know, you never know what blues is gonna rep with hip hop, or what rock is gonna rock with hip hop.
I could bring the people down here and we could jam out, and all I need to do is document it. Once I document it, people will listen. I promise you, it'll be crazy if we could just jam out, and it's like no rhyme or reason. We just make it the songs right then and there, and it'll be like I'm telling you, hold on. She's a Chester.
I wonder if we can set that up at Madison on a night, like no bartenders, no staff, like something where like Madison doesn't have to spend
Cup is crying now
any money on, like
Chester.
other than unlock the door for local artists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you guys can just sit in the top floor of Madison Live and just
jam out, bro.
Jam out
listen,
music.
Bro, that's what we do, man. That's what we do.
No bartender, no nothing. You know what I mean? Like a BYOB type.
Nah.
Yeah.
On some
Might have to have a sound guy.
On some speakeasy type shit, man.
But I mean, I think artists would be open to the idea to come into that kind of a think tank situation because really there's nothing like that even exists at a current state, because
bro, and that's going to elevate so many artists here in the city if they've got a place to go on a Wednesday night to improve their music.
It's not an open mic.
Yeah,
not an open mic.
It's
not anything that's a performance. It's you're just here playing in front of other artists that go, try this.
Yeah, it just doesn't
almost like an
exist for
exclusive club.
multi-genre.
Exclusive club. Make it like a musicians. Like musicians guild,
like a if you know you know kind
of. If you know you know, you're in there. And
actually, we could talk more about that, like what the label is like off mic, because I got a thing that I'm trying to do, because it's like everybody's doing a broadcast, and I want to do a broadcast, but I just don't want to do it the way everybody else is doing it. I feel like it's weird for me to join a broadcast, not be able to speak, but I can only react to what you're saying. It's like I want to be able to interact with not only the people, but like what people think, feel, and when we are having it should just be me promoting a product. It should be like a discourse without having to go on Discord or team up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's, I don't know.
That's interesting. But before we do get out here, I'm excited to announce my little Charlie is now 5 years old. So shout out to my baby. Yes, sir. Yeah,
Big
Charlie's
time.
Charlie's 5. We did the matching shirts for her birthday. We had a
I
great
know.
time.
It looked good. The neon
Fire.
pink looked good.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a great.
Nah, man, that was heartwarming. He sent me the snap. I'm like, yo,
Yeah, man.
it's all cute and stuff.
Bro, I wanted her to have the best day ever, and
Yeah.
I was trying to achieve that somehow without doing the most, because like she already had a birthday party. We had a surprise party, on Thursday, but then Friday came, which was the 30th, which is her actual birthday, and I was like, how can we do it? So we went to the museum center downtown terminal. Where they just recently shot that movie, and it was just a really cool time. And we had matching shirts. Everyone was complimenting us. She got to wear some cool sunglasses. I got her some matching sunglasses, Disney ones. It was just a great time. We listened to the tune she wants to jam to. She loves her Disney tracks.
Yeah.
And me and her even have a song that she was like, "Put on our song, Daddy." I'm like,
Yeah.
"I got you, Bug." And, and it was just a fantastic time. That's like my New Year celebration right there.
Nah,
once
that's
her
Dad of the
birthday
Year
out-
vibes, G.
Hey man, appreciate that. I mean, this is 1 year mini. We got more to go, but 5's a big one. We're having conversations. She's in school,
Yeah.
and it's pretty amazing. It's the best.
The conversations are dope, bro.
Conversations are dope. She's so smart, and she just
it's
asks so
funny.
many funny questions and says so many
man.
things, and I don't know. I'm very
Listen,
very
man.
grateful for
A
what.
Curious Mind is a good one.
Oh man, I'm
Always.
curious. I'm glad she is as well. So,
All right,
Yeah, man.
man. So if they want to reach out, how do they get a hold of you, Monty C?
I'm the easiest to find in these digital streets, B. Monty C. Benjamin on Twitter. Monty C. Benjamin on Instagram.
There's only one of them. Let's
It's
go.
only one of them. You just Google it, man. I pop up. You feel me? I mean, Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, Deezer, whatever streaming Audio Mac. Shout out to Audio Mac too, man. They hold us down. You feel me? They make sure our campaigns go right. They give us the right media when we hit our milestones. I mean, I just did 100,000 streams there, so like that was super cool. And we just trying to keep it going until I hit 1 million, and then 10
That's
million.
incredible, bro.
Yeah.
I just saw that Nipsey Hussle is reaching 200 million. No,
You're 200 million.
200 million views.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
fire, bro.
Yeah.
199.
He's like
Post-mortem, doing it.
He's like 198 on like most actually I think he's probably at 200 million now, because I think it was at like 197 when I sent it to you.
Yeah.
But the fact that he like all of his music is under him, it's not going to any other label. Like
Nope.
man, that's
His
just
family
incredible,
getting that
bro.
money, man.
Yeah.
Same thing when somebody mentioned a marathon or somebody used the logo, man. Like that money go to the family. Listen, man. We gonna do some activations, man. That's gonna really help the people that did major contributions to the culture, the people that ain't here no more, the people that still are here, but they no longer giving us art, man. We got to give them their flowers, man, because I wouldn't know how to navigate if they didn't exist before us, man.
For
So,
sure.
we just that's it. That's all, man. But that's how you reach me, man. Monty C. Benjamin, anything, man. DM me, hit me up, tag me, add me, whatever. You feel me?
He's a legend. Let's go,
Man,
bro.
let's go.
All right, man. This is gonna wrap up another episode of the Powwow 1203.
1203.
Let's go.
That
Back
was
in the
crazy.
building.
We made another one, bro. We're good. Let's
Yeah.
go. And this is
All right,
we
man.
got football season coming up too, man.
Right?
It's exciting.
Bengals on
Sunday.
On Sunday.
Yeah, Patriots.
Get the chip. Let's get the chip.
All right,
This is our
man.
year, man. Let's go.
I appreciate everybody for tuning in. We've got tickets that we're giving away. So if you want to try to see the Bengals this Sunday, we're raffling off tickets. It's $10 for a raffle. That'll
6
get
for
you
50.
2 Bengals or 6 for 50, bro.
The raffle's on
Um,
Friday the 6th.
And it'll be for 2 tickets, section 154.
Come on, man.
Unfortunately, me and the wife can't go, so you guys get to.
Live y'all life like it's golden.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, man. I
Appreciate
appreciate
you.
everybody for tuning in. River Green Cocktails, One Heart Medical. Bro, I went to the dispensary yesterday, and it was fucking way cooler than everyone's talking it to be.
Cooler than the expectation.
Yeah. So
Which one you go to?
Real quick, Ascend. It's right downtown, right next to the Hard Rock Casino. Popped in. I've got a Kentucky ID. I've got the Kentucky medical card. Right. I walk in, and like on the website it says if you haven't been here before, get here half hour before we close so we can register you in. I walked in. They scanned the card. I was in there within 2 minutes. So once I get in, there was basically an iPad on the wall. It was bigger than an iPad, But you can just scroll through. Like they've got deals, they've got flour, tinctures, everything like all lined up. So you just click on it. So I clicked on flour, and then you can click on sort. So sort on the highest content. Highest content pops up. You can click on that, and
Easy use.
easy, bro. But like everybody was saying, like I went for, because Ohio's strange. You can't buy an eighth. An eighth is 3.5 grams. So they do it in tenths or tenths.
It's like a
So it's 2.83 grams. So
Yeah.
it's less than an eighth.
Yep.
But you know, I saw a buddy there. It was like I tried to buy an eighth, and it was like $56. So I fucking walked away at the counter. I bought 5.66 grams of 24% THC for $18.
Ooh,
It was the deal they had going on this week. So if you guys are looking for medical marijuana, you can hop on letsascend.com, and then right there you can actually click on the deals. You can click on the flower. You can see which ones you want, and you can actually order it right there and just go there and pick it up, which is the craziest thing. Which I'm assuming is that's what most people do, because when I walked in, they were like, "Are you picking up?" It's like, "No, bro, I've never been here before." Like,
Right.
tell me the business.
Right. What's the deal?
You know, what's the deal, bro?
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
it did the job too, man. It did the job. You know, a little.
The edible, not even edible. The dispensary, they're in the development stages. So like, I went to Zen Leaf. I just went to Zen Leaf and checked them out. I've been dealing with Sunnyside. I really like Sunnyside stuff, but Zen Leaf, like I see on the outside, they kind of still developing and getting the experience together. But once you get in there, it's clean, man. It's super clean. It's real simple. And the thing is, because I have a medical card, I went in there. They said technically I have priority because I have a medical card, and you know that's the
You don't pay the higher taxes too.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, so it's just. That's fire, bro. Like,
Yeah,
that's super
they
fire.
didn't. So I've got the Kentucky card, but it didn't matter. So I still had to go in as a regular patient, not a medical patient, with the Kentucky card. But
Interesting.
yeah,
Excited.
news to know, man. News to know. But all right, everybody, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. We'll be back next Tuesday after that Bengals win, bro. Let's
yeah.
go.
Yes, sir.
This is gonna be dope, bro. This is the season. Let's
This
make it
is
happen.
it.
Joe Burrow's looking fucking thick,
I
bro.
know. The season.
His legs are looking good. Like like all these girls are posting like, oh, look at his ass. I'm like, look at his fucking legs, dude. Like, come on,
it
man.
in. Getting beefy.
Don't stop there. Don't stop there. You know what I mean? Like
That's
he is
funny.
fucking. He's prime. He's ready to go,
Shout
bro.
out to his chef,
Shout out to his chef. You remember his name?
Ben.
Ben. Let's go, Ben.
Yes, sir.
You hear me?
Yeah, I'm excited for the season. It actually does start on Thursday with the Baltimore Ravens and Kansas City Chiefs taking the Week 1 start.
You think that's the day that Jamar Chase is gonna accept his
Get his
contract?
deal.
Did you see that?
I don't. Does he? Okay, he's a year early from the deal.
Yeah.
So to give him the deal now is, I know he wants that money, but he's a year early. I mean, I'm not. I mean, he should. He's gonna probably get it, but
Do you think he's gonna lock it in the day of the Kansas City game?
Just
Because he
'cause.
did that in fucking Bengal Jim posted it. Damn, bro. Because it wasn't Jamar. It was Joe Burrow's $275 million
right.
deal. They posted that the morning of the Chiefs game, that Thursday night Chiefs game. They lost to the Lions 21-20.
yeah, the first game of the season.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like
I could see it
Bengal
happening.
Jim thinks that they're gonna drop it on Thursday, his deal just to fuck up.
But I just don't think. I mean, I don't know. I know they say that the Bengals are screwing situation up, whatever, but it is a year early.
yeah, sure is.
I mean,
He shouldn't be sitting out practice when
Shouldn't be
he's
out
got
sit-
2 years on the contract.
exactly. And everyone should get paid, right? But he's a year early, and he is going to earn it no matter what.
I mean,
he's in a
he's
great position.
they're-
He's in a
they're-
great position.
They're not gonna separate Joe and Jamar. You know what I mean? Like
This
if
is
they did,
yeah.
it would be fucking ESPN news.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting what happens with Higgins. I just don't know if it's going to.
Higgins look good, bro.
He is looking good, but do we get to keep him next year after that? It's gonna.
Not for paying 160 to Jamar.
Right? Yeah, it's the thing. It's just I don't know. The whole thing is just it's gonna be tough to see. But this is our year, and I think we go to the Super Bowl. I think it's gonna happen, man.
Let's go, bro.
Let's go. Gonna be playing in New Orleans, where he played that championship for LSU. Full circle.
That's exactly what him and Jamar are waiting for, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
That's gonna be fucking incredible.
Let's get it.
All right,
Yeah.
man. This is going to wrap up another episode of the Powwow. I enjoyed the stream for you guys. Miss Marie, let's go. That's the wifey in the building, right?
Let's get it.
Hey, all right. We're gonna have to bring her on, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because she definitely got an album dropping.
Man, bro, like when she sings, my wife is like that. Like before she even knew that I knew you guys, she was like, "Who the fuck was that?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "That was Brittany." She's like, "No fucking way!" Like
Amazing,
and then
my dude.
right and so she knows that me and you were boys, and so she's like, I need to meet her. I need to meet her. You know what I mean? Like she is such
Yeah.
a fan of Brittany's, bro.
Tell her to come to next year in Bloom session.
Let's go. Let's make it
Yeah.
happen. All right, everybody. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Tune in next week for another episode of the Powwow after the Bengals win this Sunday. Let's go. All right, man. We'll see you next week. This is your boys on the Powwow. We'll
Appreciate
see you
you.
next Tuesday. Love you guys. We're out of here.
Later.
Peace.
Out.
Man.
Out here.
Them Ray-Bans lasted 49 minutes.
Yeah.
Bro, they died out.
The struggle is real.
It said about 45. It said like actually I think it said live stream was only 30 minutes long. It'll cut out around 30 minutes. So